Your Honor, case number 210 on the calendar in the matter of Segura Mandea versus Kennard Williams Martin. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
What's your first name?
Erica.
And your last name?
Mandea.
You're a mother, Ms. Segura, is that right? Now, Ms. Segura, you're really suing on behalf of your daughter because you claim that your daughter was assaulted by these two people who were being supervised by Mrs. Kennard?
Yes, ma'am.
This is Mrs. Kennard's daughter, and this is Mrs. Kennard's nephew. According to your complaint, you dropped your daughter off at a mall. She was meeting up with her friend, cousin Jennifer. You got a call about an hour later, crying, indicating that she had been assaulted. But you really don't know anything about this matter yourself. It's your daughter. So why don't you have a seat for a moment? Erica, on what date did you go to the mall?
June 11, 2004.
And it was just you and your cousin Jennifer who were planning to meet that day?
Yes.
Tell me what happened with Miss Kennard's daughter and nephew.
We had been in the store, and we went over to look at the shoe section. Brittany and Cornell were sitting down, and they looked at us and started laughing. They were talking about my makeup. Brittany said, "Wow, look at her makeup. She looks like a clown." And so I was like, I get that all the time, people talking about my makeup. And so we walked to go pay for our things at the counter. And the witness, the one that's sitting down...
This young lady?
Yes. She was up there, and they walked up to her and told her about me. And then she looked at me and started laughing. I was like, okay, I still didn't think anything of it. So I paid for my stuff, and we were walking out. And then, all of a sudden, I hear the mother. She started laughing really loud. And I looked back, and she said, "What are you looking at?" And so I was like, why?
Make sure you tell me exactly what you said, because even if you said something disrespectful at the time, I want to hear the truth. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I said, "Why do you guys have to talk about me? We didn't do anything to you." And then she started getting really loud, just their hands up and everything. And then they started walking to us, and me and my cousin we walked back.
Walked back towards them?
Walked back towards the counter, got back into the store.
Why didn't you just keep going?
Because both times I didn't think anything of it, and there were so many people in the store, and I was like, why? We didn't do anything. Why are we being humiliated? So,
you're right.
So I was like, no, I have to say something.
So what'd you say?
I told him, I said, why are you talking about us? We didn't do anything to you.
What was wrong with her makeup that day?
I didn't say nothing about it. I didn't say anything about it.
What did you say?
No, because me and him was having a conversation.
What did you say?
Nothing.
What were you and Cornell having a conversation about?
A movie, Medea.
A movie, Medea?
Yes.
What was the movie Medea about? Even she can't keep her mouth straight. Look at her. She can't stop from smiling. Do you understand?
Yes.
Right?
No.
Why do you think all this problem started, young lady?
I don't know. Me and my cousin were just having a conversation about the movie, and I guess she thought we was talking about it.
And what did she say to you?
So she turned around and I guess she asked her cousin if is that a he, she, is that a girl or a boy? And Cornell, my cousin, turned around and said, "What happened?" She was like, "I wasn't talking to you." So me and him went back to our conversation, and I guess they walked to the counter. That's when my mom came over there. My mom walked over there, and we walked over there.
Oh, walked over where?
To the counter. And as we was walking to the counter, they was leaving, and they turned around and they mugged my mom. My mom asked them.
What do you mean they mugged your mom?
Like, gave her a crazy look.
Show me how they did that.
She was like, they just turned around and looked at her like this.
You mean like this? Is that what you're doing? Yeah. So
and
they turned around and gave your mom a look.
And my mom was like, "Do you guys have a problem?" And she was like, "Well, yo, she's over there talking about it." My mom said, "What he, she? This is my daughter and my nephew." So she said, "What are you talking about?" She was like, "Well, they over there talking about us, and we ain't said nothing to them." My mom's like...
So this young lady said, "Why are they talking about us? We didn't say anything to them." That's what she said to your mom. Is that right?
Yes.
What happened next?
So after she asked her, my mom was like, "Well, nobody was talking about you. They was talking to each other, and they was talking to me. So where did that come in that they was talking about you?" She was like, "Well, they was over there laughing and giggling and looking at me and laughing." And my mom said, "What was they talking about then?" She was like, "I assume they was talking about my makeup." And my mom was like, "Well, what's wrong with it? There must be a problem with it if they was talking about you." And the girl was like, "Well, I don't know." And that's when she started getting physical, and she started...
Now tell me how she got physical.
Well, she started cussing. She was like...
She started cursing?
Yeah.
The girl, She started cursing. What did she say?
Well, she was like, this effing over there talking about me and my cousin about our makeup. And my mom was like, what are you talking about? And she just kept cussing. My mom was like, well, do you talk to your mother with that kind of mouth? And the girl was like, no. She was like, well, if I was your mother, I would have been talked to you about that mouth. And the girl was like, well, you're not my mother. And she called my mom a B. And that's when we walked up. My mom told us to stand back because there's no problem.
Go ahead.
So the girl, she was like, well, yo, she, and that's when they walked towards us. And me and my cousin was standing next to my mom. The girl had walked towards us, and she was like, well, y'all was over there talking about me and my makeup, and we was like, no, we wasn't. And then the girl came up to my cousin, and the girl had pushed my cousin. She had given like...
just a second. Who pushed whom?
The witness over there.
This young lady pushed somebody?
She pushed him. She gave him like a two-finger little tap.
A two-finger little tap.
Like when you go like this, she did it
Oh,
twice.
okay. And then what happened after she gave him a two-finger little tap?
She was like, well, I guess you're going to hit a girl. And he was like, no, I'm not even tripping off of you. And she was like, whatever. And then that's when she had punched my cousin in the stomach. And then that's when she had rushed him. And the other girl, Erica, I guess, she had jumped in. That's when I had jumped in and tried to pull one of them off. And then that's when the girl got up and swung at me. And that's when we all started to fight.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She said, I could say what I want to say. I said, if I was your mother, I would whoop you because you're disrespectful right now. She said, I ain't disrespectful.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 16-year-old Erica Mandair says Lavinia Kennard, Brittany Williams, and Cornell Martin owe for an assault at a mall. Erica says Brittany and Cornell were making fun of her makeup.
Up here. Did you punch him?
No.
Did you two-finger him?
No.
Did you put your hands on him at all?
I put my hand like this because I knew he was going to come at me, and I didn't even touch him.
Why was he going to come at you?
Because I remember he was in my face, and I was like, you're going to hit a girl, and he goes, I don't care what you are. And then he just pushed me, and I fell to the ground.
Did you say that, Cornell?
No.
Well, what did you say?
She gave me the two-finger push, and I said, don't put your hands on me. And she said, oh, well, you a dude. You going to put your hands on the female? I was like, no, I'm not going to put my hand on the female. And then she pushed me back again, and then that's when she socked me in my stomach.
How did she do that?
She took her two fingers and pushed me back like this, and then she took her hand and then pushed me out of the way. And then at the time I was moving back, she socked me.
With her fist?
Yes.
Were you winded?
Yes.
Did you fall down?
No.
What happened next?
I stumbled. And then when I stumbled, the other girl rushed me into the clothes.
Where was Jennifer at the time that Erica rushed you into the clothes?
Fighting with Brittany.
Was Jennifer on the ground?
Yes.
How did Jennifer get on the ground?
Because they was fighting.
How did she get there is my question.
She got knocked to the ground.
By whom?
Brittany.
By Brittany.
Yes.
Where was your mother?
She wasn't paying attention at the time. She was paying attention, but she didn't notice the fight until after she tried to pull us off. But she couldn't break it up.
Stand up. When you came to get your daughter at the mall, did you take her for any treatment?
Yes. She was taken by ambulance to the local hospital.
Can I see the medical report? Any photographs taken of her face?
Yes, there is.
Can I see, please? Who punched you in the face?
It was Kennard and Brittany.
Why'd you punch her in the face? Why did you punch her in the face?
I didn't punch her in the face.
Who punched her in the face? Who punched her in the face?
I don't know. We was fighting, so somebody's gonna obviously. She got hit in the face as we was fighting.
Well, I'm asking you, who punched her in the face?
We don't know because we was all fighting at once, and it was a big old bunch.
Well, where are your photographs of your injuries?
I didn't have any.
I don't have none. I don't have injuries.
You want to say anything?
Yes, Your Honor.
First, I have a couple of questions for you. You take 3 children. These 3 children you took to the mall?
Yes.
Why aren't you properly supervising them?
Your Honor, they was properly supervised.
No, they weren't. They were properly supervised. They wouldn't have been involved in an assault.
the way the little girl's saying it is not the way she was performing. The performance of these two young girls, I had these two sitting on the bench. I had my 11-year-old standing in line while I looked at a purse.
They were on their way out the store.
They was not, Your Honor. They lying.
Really? Where were they when this took place?
When they was at the cash register paying for their stuff. As I'm walking up to it, they turns around. This is the cash register. They turns around, both of them, and mad dogs me as the mother.
What's mad dog? What does that mean?
That means like they looking at you, they staring you up and down, just, you know, like,
yes.
You know, they finna beat you up. That's how the looks both of them gave me. So when I walk up, I look over my shoulder, I look around me. I'm like, what? You tell them MFs to he, she's, quit talking about me. She's in my face. Mm-hmm. I'm at the register. I'm walking up now to this.
Right. Okay.
So I'm like, they talk about Jesus Christ. I mean, so what did they say about you? She couldn't tell me what they said about them. She was abusing me like I was in it. She cussing at me. She talking crap to me and disrespecting me. And I asked her, do your mother allow you to talk like that to an adult? She said, I could say what I want to say. I said, if I was your mother, I would whoop you because you're disrespectful right now. She said, I ain't disrespectful. Excuse my language. And she called me a B. And so that's when them two came up. And they said, don't talk about my mother and my auntie. So I pushed them back. And next thing I know, the young girl over there, she's flinching at him. She's standing at his face like, what? You know, she flinching. And then she took him and pushed her shoulders. And then she took her fist and she hit him. He fell back into the clothes. By the time I'm over here to get these two breaking up, the other two start fighting. So when I get through breaking these, get ready to break these, he come around to get her off of the other one. They never stopped. They just kept going at it with him. So when I finally got them both apart, she had a purse laying there with money. I picked her purse and her money up and gave it to the lady at the register. She said she's gonna call the police. I said, we're gonna stand here till you call the police until they come.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 16-year-old Erica Mandair claims Lavinia Kennard, Brittany Williams, and Cornell Martin attacked her while she was shopping at the mall.
Let me see the police report, please.
And, Your Honor, I couldn't even get one. They told me I wasn't allowed to get a police report if there was minors.
I was, Your Honor, okay.
Well, Miss Kennard, there is a witness in the store who told the police that there was a fight. And this witness, not you, not any one of these people, but this witness who was just in the store, the witness said she heard you tell your daughter and your nephew to fight them.
Your Honor, I didn't do that.
Okay.
That's the honest God truth.
Okay. Would be a fair statement at the end of the police investigation, after speaking to witnesses and you, that the two of you were cited for fighting in a public place. Is that correct?
Yes. No, they had cited all four of them, Your Honor.
You two girls cited? Mm-hmm. But what happened with those cases?
We went to a wear witness.
Anger management is what?
See, they didn't get anger management. They got a wear witness where they had to go for 2 hours, and I sit there with them and pay $10 and letting them know they can't fight in public and letting them know how it is.
And what did you have to do?
An anger management class.
Same thing?
I didn't. She did.
She didn't get anything.
Why do you think that is?
Why what?
Well, she had to go to an anger management program.
She didn't go to it.
Yeah, that's what it is. Fighting in public, anger management, whatever it is.
All
And
right.
he did. And Jennifer did. But not her.
My thing was, to me, Your Honor, the girls started it first. So they hit first. They could have paid for this.
No, she didn't hit anybody first.
Yeah, they both hit.
No. That's not true. She didn't hit anybody first. Jennifer may have put her hands on Cornell. She didn't hit anybody first.
She hit her. Her and Brittany fought.
I don't believe she hit somebody first. You didn't handle, listen, their mother wasn't there.
She came in like them fighting, cussing me out, calling me B. She ran up in there talking about who did it, who effing did this stuff. I'm gonna kick their butt. Her husband, her sister, her brothers, they all was threatening us.
You're not following me.
Well, you said they didn't hit you, on, and I was there.
I said the mother wasn't there when this incident happened. You were the responsible adult.
Yes,
it was
I was.
your job to ensure that if one of these girls looked at you and they looked at you, as you said, with attitude, then you just say, forget about it. Nothing. Well, you told me the story, man. I listened to your story.
It wasn't so much of them looking at me attitude, Your Honor. They was being disrespectful. They was standing there mugging me.
You're not getting it. You're the grown-up. If they're not acting appropriately, and I believe that they weren't.
It wasn't them even saying anything. The little young one said to her sister and her cousin, she said, but we found out at the end. The police, everybody found out at the end that the 11-year-old, the one who said, look at her eyebrows, Brittany.
Just a second. So let me ask you this question. Now you're getting down to it.
Yeah, because she's the last
Stop speaking! So it wasn't your older daughter, it was your younger daughter.
Yes. The younger daughter made a comment, Your Honor, but they didn't even hear the comment.
Oh, listen. They should have sent you to some sort of parenting class. You're the one responsible to take care of the children who are in your care, madam.
Well, I thought I was doing that.
Well, you weren't. Because when you said nothing happened, they weren't talking about her makeup. They weren't saying anything.
That's what
I'm speaking. So it wasn't them, it was Miss Smarty Pants. But they had a legitimate complaint because she was being mocked by somebody in your charge. So instead of not confronting it, instead of not removing actions that could possibly result in an assault, you decided to confront them. And I'm telling you, you didn't do...
Your Honor, do you know when we learned about this little girl said something after these kids then fought and everything was over with? Then she spoke up and said, Mama, I'm the one who said something about her eyebrow. Your Honor, everything was done. They already had the fight. And this one told it...
She's not getting it.
I guess I'm not then, Your Honor.
You're not getting it.
Because I'm a very good mother.
You're not getting it. When you started to tell me your story, you and your daughter and your nephew, you all conveniently left out the fact that these young ladies, you can sit down, Jennifer, that this young lady told me the truth when she said that somebody was making fun of her makeup and laughing. And just because it was this daughter instead of this daughter, that doesn't make it any less true.
It don't.
Now, that doesn't mean that you're not supposed to do the smart thing. If you're dealing with a situation where it's getting clearly out of control, you just pay for your stuff and move out of the store. You understand? Mm-hmm. They behaved inappropriately. The mother behaved inappropriately. Smarty Pants behaved inappropriately. They behaved inappropriately. So did you. You just should have left. But you were injured. Mm. She was responsible to take care of her children. All of her children, not just the older one, the younger one too. And you didn't do that. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,000. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You missed versus Hemmer. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Mr. Biro, you and Mr. Hemmer used to have a relationship, and according to what I read, you moved in with him with your daughter.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that didn't last very long.
No.
You decided to leave him.
Yes.
You didn't tell him that you were leaving him.
No, I did not.
Left him a note, according to you.
I left him a note.
And left.
Mm-hmm.
When you came back to retrieve your property, which was a short time later, according to you, most of your valuable property was gone.
Yes.
And according to you, Mr. Hemmer sold that property the weekend that you left at a yard sale.
Yes, Your Honor.
You are also suing him for harassment.
Yes.
And slander, because you say that his constant calls to your place of business caused you to lose your job, and he said things to coworkers that were unpleasant about you. Mr. Hemmer says that you retrieved everything that was yours. He doesn't know anything whatsoever about this harassment. He was merely concerned about your whereabouts, so he called to find out where you were. And he said that when you came back with the police, you took all your property. When did you move in with him?
I moved in with them the beginning of January, and we'd started...
Of 2004?
Of 2004, yes.
How old is your daughter?
She's 11 years old.
How long did you know Mr. Hemmer before you moved in with him?
Approximately about 2.5 years. I met him at a friend's birthday party. He lived down in the valley, and I lived up in Camarillo at the time. And so driving back and forth, we were both paying rents, or at least I was. And he says, well, hey, why don't you go ahead and, you know, cut your bill down for rent. You could come stay with me, save us some money. And so he offered for me to come and move in with him. And up until that point, we'd gotten along just fine.
Okay. When did you move out?
I moved out April 9th. I left while he was gone, and I went up north to stay with my sister just to kind of get away I took a few days off of work. I didn't return until the evening of the 13th, and I went over there on the 14th.
Had you spoken to him between the 9th and the 14th?
No, I had not, but I had
What
spoken.
did you say in the note that you say you left for him?
It was basically short and sweet. I just let him know that it wasn't working out between us and that I was, you know, afraid to tell him in person because of the way that he'd been treating me while we were living together, and that I would no longer be with him. I didn't want to be with him, that I would be moving out and coming back and getting my belongings that next week.
But you didn't tell him where you were going?
No, I did not.
You returned on the 14th. Did you return alone or with anybody?
I brought a friend with me, and I had a moving van also. I went there, and he didn't answer the door. I'm not sure if he was home or not, but the key that I had, the locks were changed already, so I wasn't able to gain access into the house.
Were you ever able to get into the house or get into any place where you'd store the property at any time?
Yes, I was able. I went back with the police that
date?
weekend, the weekend of the 17th.
Okay. What property did you get when you went back?
I retrieved some of my daughter's toys, our clothing, a few of our personal belongings.
Why didn't you take everything?
I took everything that was left there. I had a whole CD collection of about 250 CDs, and he took all of my classic rock CDs were missing. I had a DVD collection, except for the children's movies. All the other DVDs were missing. He even had a girl over there when the police came.
Listen to me carefully. You had a moving van, according to you,
Yes.
with you. You didn't have a moving van for your CDs and your DVDs.
I had a lot of stuff at his house. I brought my dining room table over to his house because he had a...
Did you take that?
No, it was gone. When I came back with the police and the moving truck, my dining room table was missing. I also had a couch and dressers there. Those were there, but they were, my couch was ripped up. The dresser drawers were kind of smashed in and broken. My child's toy box, you know, I had a bunch of stuff there for a moving van.
What
and
did
when I
you
showed
take
up-
in the moving van?
In the moving van, I was only able to take toys and clothes and some of my CDs.
What
and-
about furniture?
And my couch and the dressers that were broken.
What had you wanted to take in the moving van?
I wanted to take my dining room table, also my daughter's CD Walkman, my daughter's boom box, her PlayStation, and all her games were missing. I had a home stereo systems, and that was also missing. Various kitchen and bathroom items, you know, of
All right, well,
course,
that's
knickknacks,
nonsense.
that
I don't
sort
want
of
to
thing.
be...
Yeah.
Don't bother me about that stuff. Mr. Hammer, what happened to all this stuff?
Well, Your Honor, I had my own CD collection, my own DVD collection, which she integrated hers with. I don't know what she was saying was hers and wasn't hers. Everything that I had, that I possessed, was at the house.
You know what's yours and what's
Let
not.
Miss Ribeiro.
Sorry.
Exactly, I do know what's mine and what's hers. The problem with that being is she left, and I had no idea.
Dining room table and chairs.
It was out in the garage when I left. I took all of her stuff and put it out in the garage.
Absolutely not, Your Honor.
I don't want to hear you yet. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I spoke to you. You testified. Now I'm speaking to him. He has an opportunity to speak. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Dining room table and chairs. According to you, you put that out in the garage.
Along with the dressers, along with the...
Shh. I asked you about one thing. I said dining room table and chairs.
Yes,
You put that out in the garage.
yes.
PlayStation.
Everything that was hers, I boxed up and took and put in the garage, taking my own personal stuff out of the garage so it'd have room so it would be enclosed.
I have a witness, Your Honor, that saw him selling these things.
Did you?
I apologize.
That's ridiculous.
Boombox, a Walkman, her own little entertainment center, PlayStation, all of those things, including the dining room table and chairs, you packed up or just put in the garage, in storage, waiting for her. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, Your Honor. And there was things missing when she left, so she took stuff.
And according to you, Miss Ribeiro, you have a witness who saw him do what?
I have a witness, a friend of his, her sister, was there on the day that he was having the yard sale and actually described items of mine that he was selling.
We'll call that witness. Where's the witness?
Witness got a name?
Michelle Newman. He even took my daughter's gold coins around.
I didn't take nothing.
It's my kid.
Yeah, you should take
If you
care of
say
your
one
kid's
more word
stuff.
to each other, you're both leaving. Do I make myself clear?
Yes.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Can you give me any reason why Miss Newman would make up this story about you?
I don't understand it.
I can only think of one reason. Can you think of what that is?
No.
Because what she says is true.
And later today,
So you didn't think?
Correct, Your Honor.
He didn't. For somebody who brings these pictures, I wouldn't speak.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Lisa Ribeiro says ex-boyfriend Mike Hemmer got rid of her personal property after they broke up. Lisa claims Mike sold the belongings at a garage sale.
Ms. Newman, how do you know these people?
Okay, my brother's best friends with Mike Hammer. I've known him for years, ever since I was a small child.
Okay. I'm going to direct your attention to the weekend that would have followed April 9th, 2004. Were you at Mr. Hammer's house?
Yes.
What were you doing there?
I went there with my brother, and when we had walked up, there was...
What did you go there for?
Just visit.
Okay.
And when I had walked up, there was a bunch of stuff from the house on the front lawn. And they were obviously stuff of Lisa's. I've seen them a million times before in the house.
Do you remember what they were?
Yeah.
What?
There was a glass dining room table with leather chairs, numerous CDs, DVD players, VCR.
Did you have a conversation with Mr. Hammer about these items?
Yeah, I did. I asked him where Lisa was. And
what did he say?
He said that she had taken off a couple days earlier. And he kind of joked, said that when she came back, that her stuff would be gone.
Did you spend any time there that day?
A short amount of time.
Did anybody come up while you were there to make any purchases of the stuff that was in the yard?
Actually, as we were walking up, there was a box of German beer mugs, about 12, 15 of them in a box, and someone was buying them as I walked up.
Mr. Hammer, were those your beer mugs?
I did not sell any beer mugs. I don't know what
so
she's
you don't know
talking about.
You don't know
That's
anything.
not true. I've seen the money.
Shh. You don't know anything about beer mugs. Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm not telling you that. I'm saying I never
sold. Do you have
any,
Ms. Ribeiro, did you have any beer mugs?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Tell me about them.
They were beer mugs from Germany that have been in my family ever since I was a small kid, and they were all, you know, individually handcrafted and with different, you know, visions of Germany and cities inside Germany on it.
Okay. Ms. Newman, I assume you've known Mr. Hammer longer than you've known Ms. Ribeiro. Is that right?
Yes.
Did your brother ever have a falling out with him?
No.
Mr. Hammer, can you give me any reason to suggest why Miss Newman would make up this story about you?
No, I can't give you any insight on that.
I can't either.
I don't understand it.
The only thing that I can figure out, sir, I can only think of one reason why she would testify the way she has against you. Can you think of what that is?
No, I can't actually. There's no reason.
Because what she says is true.
Well, I never took
That's
money.
the only reason I could figure out that Miss Newman, who is not a friend of the plaintiffs, who's known you for years, who is not a friend of yours per se, but she is the sister of a man who's a friend of yours, I can think of no reason why she would make up a story about coming and seeing all this stuff on your front lawn when, Mr. Hammer, you say in your answer that you were so concerned about the plaintiff that you called her office where she works frequently to find out where she was. Didn't call the police, did you?
No.
Listen to me, Mr. Hammer. If you're living with someone and their child and they disappear without leaving you a note, which is what you said happened, that there was no note, no nothing, which is why you called a place of business. It seemed to me you wouldn't call a place of business once or twice or three times, but the first thing you would do is call the police and say, my girlfriend and her child are missing. Right, Mr. Hammer?
Well,
that's what a normal person would do.
You would assume so.
Well, one would assume that that's what a normal, together person would do. Just like a normal, together person wouldn't take the stuff, put it on the front lawn and say, you want this stuff? It's yours. So I cannot, Mr. Hammer, think of one reason why Miss Newman would come here and testify at what I believe is some risk to her own personal safety, perhaps, unless what she's testifying to is true. And since all of the things that the plaintiff indicates were missing, including family heirlooms, cannot be replaced, I'm awarding her a judgment consistent with her request in the amount of $5,000. Judgment for the plaintiff. Step out.
These are excused. You may step out.
But he was just very controlling. I wasn't allowed to go anywhere without clearing it through him.
Sometimes women need to be controlled when they act a certain way.
My daughter, he would pick on her.
If I asked her daughter to pick up her toys or to do something, that was being completely demonstrative.
He'd go flinging the cat off of the table just to get a reaction out of my daughter and out of me.
If I shooed the cat away when I was eating dinner, that was being cruel to it.
I just knew that it wasn't going to get any better and it was time to go.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Bardsley versus Duncan. Step forward, please.
20-year-old Matthew Bardsley is suing his former co-worker, construction worker John Duncan, for damaging his car by covering it with snow and gravel. John says he was playing a practical joke and is countersuing, claiming Matthew had him fired.
Mr. Bardsley,
yes.
According to what I read, you were in the parking lot of a store where you work.
Yes.
In a children's toy store?
Yes.
You were with someone else in the car. And Mr. Duncan, who was someone who you know, was a friend of yours?
A coworker.
Did you know him socially?
Not really.
It was in the wintertime. According to you, he was sort of acting like an idiot. And he was working on a plow, a snow plow. I assume it was a bad snowstorm because you say that he lifted up the plow. And what did he do?
He persisted to dump the plow full
Not
of...
persisted.
Or
Proceeded.
proceeded to dump the plow full of snow and large rocks and gravel on the top of my vehicle.
He was being dumb.
I think he thought it would be funny.
That was pretty dumb.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Matthew Bardsley says former co-worker John Duncan vandalized his car by dumping snow on top of the roof.
So after the snow melted and got all the stuff off the car, you noticed that there was a lot of damage to your car, and you want Mr. Duncan to pay for the damage.
Yes.
Can I see the photographs that you have?
Thanks.
Mr. Duncan, who is this lady?
This was my girlfriend, Tiffany.
Was she there that day?
She was not.
So why is she here, sir?
To testify that we did call the insurance company to have his car taken care of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's from July. It's from February.
Oh, well, you showed me what it was like after you had the car fixed, sir. Is that right?
That was just a picture of the car so you could match up the other pictures to it.
But this is after you had it fixed.
It hasn't been fixed yet.
Well, I know this picture, according to you, was taken February of 2004.
Yes.
Showing all of the dents and stuff in the car.
Uh-huh.
And I don't see the dents or anything else in this picture.
Well,
and this was
it's
taken
from
in
far away.
June of 2004. February, March, April, May, June. So you didn't have the car fixed?
I haven't had the car fixed yet.
This was not a good picture to bring.
What, Your Honor?
This was not a good picture to bring.
Okay.
Now, you were working a snow plow?
Yes.
Why did you dump the snow on Mr. Bardsley's car?
I was plowing the parking lot of the store. Mr. Bardsley pulled up next to me while I was working on it. Him and his friend got out of the car. They actually gathered some snow up off of the roof of his car and actually threw it at me while I was driving the plow.
Threw it at you?
Snowballs.
Snowballs.
While I was driving the plow.
Okay.
So then I picked up a scoop of snow, dumped it off his car, didn't think about the rocks being in from the gravel from the
So you didn't think?
Correct.
Your Honor.
He didn't. For somebody who brings these pictures, I wouldn't speak. Do you understand?
Yes.
So you didn't think about all the schmutz that might have been in the
Correct.
snow, rocks, gravel, all kinds of things.
Correct.
So he wants you to pay for all the damage that you caused to his car. And you
Correct.
say you shouldn't have to pay for that because...
After the accident, I believe it was the following day I saw him at work, he goes, hey, there's some dents on my car. I go, sorry about that. Let me give my insurance lady a call. They said, not a problem. Have him take his car down to the shop. We'll have it all taken care of for him. I saw him the next day at work. I told him that. He said, okay, not a problem. I then had the weekend off from work. I went back to work, and they said, sorry, you're fired. He filed a claim through the store.
So he took the scoop of junk and put it on your car, and he acknowledged that it was a dumb thing to do, and that he said to you, I'm sorry, I'll get in touch with my insurance. Did he tell you that?
No, he didn't.
Did he ever say anything about his insurance?
He told me that he would try contacting his insurance company
Okay.
and see what he could do.
And did you speak to him again with regard to his insurance?
No, I didn't.
So you filed the claim with the store.
I filed the claim with the store before he talked to me about it.
Did they ever give you any money?
No, they didn't. They told me that he acted out of the scope of his employment.
Well, it is out of the scope of his employment. His employment doesn't give him the option of acting like an idiot. Your counterclaim is that since he reported this incident to the company, you lost your job.
Correct.
Explain to me how that's a lawsuit.
I had already had it all set up with my insurance company to have his car taken care of. Had he just allowed me to take care of it through the insurance company, I'd still be employed. I'd still have my medical benefits and my 401k, which I brought.
It's his prerogative. I would have said to him as soon as it happened, listen, I'm really sorry. I'm going to pay for this immediately. Not my insurance company. I'll pay you for it. In any event, he has the right to notify. First of all, you were behaving badly.
Correct.
You know, he acted like a fool. Somebody like you shouldn't be employed in that capacity. Because if he threw a snowball at you, that might have been a stupid thing to do. But the reaction to that wasn't to take a scoopful of snow or debris and other stuff and throw it on his car. So your counterclaim's dismissed because your counterclaim's ridiculous. How much is it going to cost to fix your car, sir?
I have an estimate right here, Your Honor. I got two of them, actually. It's about $2,800 worth of damage.
What kind of car is this?
It's a 92 Subaru SVX.
You still insured by the same company that insured you in February, sir?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Tell your insurance company that they're going to owe you $2,700 because that's the least of the two estimates that I have. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,700. You working now, Mr. Duncan?
Yes.
Good. What kind of work are you doing?
Contractor.
Good. Are you happy?
No.
You want to go back to work for the children's toy store?
I do.
They don't want you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. Yeah, this is case number 376 on the calendar in the matter of Hopper Damron versus Carnes. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat.
Who's Miss Hopper?
Hi.
Okay. And who are you?
I'm Melissa's mother. I'm Tammy Damron.
Why don't you have a seat, Miss Damron? How old are you?
Okay. 18.
Okay, why don't you have a seat for a minute? I don't know if we're going to need you. Is this your former husband?
Yes.
Or soon-to-be former husband?
Yes.
But you are still legally married?
Yes.
How long have you been married?
1 year on September 27th.
And you have a child who was how old?
Almost 3 months.
And Miss Carnes is his grandmother?
Yes.
Got it?
Got it.
From what I gather, a couple of years ago, you and your then boyfriend needed a car. You had an old car, and you decided to get a new one.
Right.
You didn't have good enough credit to buy a new one, so you asked Miss Carnes if she would buy the car in her name. You would make all the payments on the car, you and your husband.
Correct.
And you were going to trade in your old car as the down payment. They gave you a $2,000 credit.
Correct.
Is that right? And Grandma said she would do that, even though she risked her own credit if you didn't make the payments. But you did, in fact, you and your husband made the payments. Were you working during that year?
Yes, I did. Actually, I had a job being a nanny.
Did he work regularly?
No.
What did he do?
I have no idea. Well, he did actually...
What do you mean you have no idea? You lived with him.
He had a DJ job on the side. That's pretty much what he did on the weekends and sometimes during the week. And when he wasn't doing that, he was at home.
Who was taking care of the baby?
He wasn't born at the time.
So you were pregnant? Were you working while you were pregnant?
Yes.
Well, then an incident occurred with your husband.
Correct.
He assaulted you.
Yes.
That case is currently pending, is that
Yes.
right? Is that right, sir?
Yes.
So we're not going to get into that because that case has not gone to trial yet. So you separated. He took the car. You want your $2,000 back.
Correct.
That's what the case is about. Right?
Yes.
What kind of car did you trade in?
92 Geostorm.
And in what month and year did you trade it in?
August of 2003.
Well, explain to me why you think you are entitled to $2,000 back from Miss Carnes.
Basically, we had the arrangement that if we paid the payments that I would be able to drive the car, and we always made the payments. Whenever he wasn't working, I did pay the payments too.
And you used the car?
I honestly didn't have the car that much. He would take me to work.
Well, we don't balance that out. You had it sometimes, he had it sometimes. My question to you is, look, this is what she has.
Okay.
She doesn't have the car.
Right.
He has the car.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Stand up so I don't have to point. I'd like to look at you over here. She doesn't have the car. She's a good Samaritan.
Right.
He has the car.
Right.
All she does is have the aggravation. She has the loan. And she has the problem if he doesn't pay.
Right.
But she doesn't get anything out of this car.
Right.
So why do you think that she should give you $2,000?
Honestly, Judge, I think that I'm entitled to $2,000 because it's not fair that I have to raise my son by myself with no car, nothing, without...
That's not her problem. You want to say something? You could say something. I mean, that may be his problem, but that's not his grandmother's problem. Why should she go into her pocket and take out $2,000 and give it to you?
Because she's condoning what he did.
So what? That's not a legal response. What?
What I have to say, Judge Judy, is the car was mine. Melissa had transportation. She got together with this guy. The mistake in the matter was that we didn't get anything in writing. I didn't want them to use... Melissa had transportation. She worked. She goes to school. He didn't work. The fact of the matter is, now whenever he wasn't working and the payments had to be made, it came from Melissa or from...
Ms. Dameron, excuse me. You're not following me.
Okay.
Why should Miss Carnes, under what theory is it fair for her to go into her pocket? She doesn't have a car.
Because she didn't want to...
Just a second. She doesn't have a car. He's not a party to this action. Why should she go into her pocket and take out $2,000 and give it to your daughter?
I didn't want that car to be used as a down payment, but she
did
said
it anyway.
Right. And
you're not
exactly. Yeah, she said that. She said that she would put the car in her name and not put their name on the title whatsoever.
Your daughter asked her to do that.
Yeah, and I was there at that time.
Just a minute. If they needed a better car, did they ask you to use your credit?
They did.
And you said no?
Yes.
Okay, because you didn't want to have that responsibility, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And so far, nobody has given me a logical reason why I should have Miss Carnes go into her pocket and take out $2,000 and give it to your daughter.
The reason I see is the fact that she should get the money from her grandson. She should get the money from her grandson because Melissa has the brand new baby. I have to take off work. Melissa had transportation. Now she has no transportation.
Right.
And he pays no child support.
That's not her problem.
Right. It's not her problem. But
Why
I'm
is
saying
that
she should get
her
the money from
problem? So what you're telling me is she should have more control over her grandson to get him to pay up and be responsible.
Well, basically.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, I am, because
that's ridiculous.
She had
because that's not what you do in a court.
Right. Well, I guess not, but they had the money to bail him out of jail whenever he put her in the hospital 3 days before she was having their son.
Instead of taking off work, why don't you help her? If you have a job and you are regularly employed, buy a car. If she works, then you say to her, Melissa, dear, you're going to have to make payments on this car so that you'll have transportation. You're her mother. Instead, what you did was you relied on his grandmother to do that because you didn't want to do it. His grandmother is not responsible to give her $2,000. Maybe her soon-to-be ex-husband might be responsible for providing her with some sort of transportation because he now has the transportation, but that's not up to me. That's up to the judge who's handling their divorce. Certainly, Ms. Carnes is not responsible for $2,000 that your daughter would like to buy a new car. Case is dismissed, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She's just mad I won't be with her, and that's what she's causing all this drama over.
Basically, I was tired of being beat up and cheated on.
I've worked since I was 17. I've supported her. She's lived with me since she was 16.
No, he never works, and his grandmother basically bails him out of jail every time he beats my daughter up.
I want her out of my life. I would just want to be able to see my kid and live my life.
Basically, I don't think he's going to have anything to do with my son, considering I don't want him beating up my son, too.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of White versus Schimmels, step forward.
Nurse Diana White is suing her ex-boyfriend, switchboard operator Tom Schimmels, for the return of $4,000 worth of property. Diana says her ex is an abusive man. Tom is countersuing for harassment and mental distress.
Miss White, you claim that you met the defendant through a dating service. You moved in with him, and after a period of time, he told you that he wanted you to leave. You did, in fact, leave. It was not a pleasant separation. You claim he kept some of your property. You're suing him for that property in the amount of $4,000. Mr. Schimmel says that the only property that he has of yours is a stove that you left out on the front porch, that he's called you several times to come and get it. You can come and get it whenever you like because it's still there. Is that right, Mr. Schimmels?
Yes, it is, ma'am.
And that Mr. Schimmels is counterclaiming because he says that since you left, you have been embarking on course of harassing conduct towards him, and you caused some damage to his home when you moved out. Mr. Schimmels, I assume that you are legally blind, sir, and that dog is a seeing eye dog. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Miss White, when did you meet Mr. Schimmels?
About June of 2003.
How did you meet him?
Through a singles line, a singles dating service.
You arranged your first meeting when?
I'm going to say June, the end of June.
And when did you move in with him?
The middle of October.
When did you move out?
February 10th.
Why did you move out?
Throughout our relationship, Tom would get angry and he would say, I just want you to move out. I just want you out of here. It made it very difficult to...
So why didn't you move out?
Because then he would say, I don't mean that. I just say that when I'm frustrated. The night of January 31st, we got into an argument over something very small, and he assaulted me that night. He hit me. I have a 911 tape.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I wasn't even comfortable in my own house.
Well, what would you like me to do about that, sir?
Well, that's why I countersued, because I was distressed, and,
I've been
and
distressed
she...
most of my life, sir. It doesn't mean that I come to a court and try to annoy somebody.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Diana White says ex-boyfriend Tom Schimmels owes for the return of patio furniture and a stove. Tom says Diana won't leave him alone.
According to what I read in the complaint, Mr. Schimmels gave you $2,500. Mm-hmm. What did he give you the $2,500 for?
That was for a grandfather clock, a china hutch, some rugs, and a computer desk, the bedding for the master bedroom, pictures, rugs, things like that.
Well, do you have a list?
Those are not...
Do you have a list?
I do not.
I do, Your Honor.
You do? Can I
Yep.
see the list? Who is this? Your friend?
This is my witness, Tim Flanagan.
Tim Flanagan.
Your last name, sir?
Flanagan.
Mr. Flanagan,
Tim.
step back, sir. Bert doesn't
okay.
like anybody to get too close, even
All
though
right.
I know you don't look dangerous.
Thank you. You bet.
A hutch, lamps, grandfather clock, curtains in the master bedroom, desk, office, rug in the family room, and pictures in the master bedroom. Then you write, by no means is $2,500 fair, something the police have been to the house 2 times, and I do not want the... What is this, Bert? We'll ask her if she can read this, since it's her handwriting.
I couldn't read it either. Sorry for the pun.
Have been to the house. I do not want the abusiveness and fighting to increase, so under duress, I agreed to this.
Okay, fine. So, now, what things do you have, madam, that you say he refused to let you take from the house?
There's an entertainment center that I purchased in October, and I have a receipt for that. I purchased $2,300 worth of mini blinds and drapes. There's my antique stove.
Let's deal with this. As far as the mini blinds, etc., you don't get those back. They're fixtures. They're a part of the property, so you don't get them back, and he's not paying you for them. The stove you get back because he says he has the stove, and you can come and get it at any time.
Your Honor,
Go and
he
get it.
said this in the past, and he won't let me.
Okay, we'll create an order that 5 days from today's date, at 12 o'clock, you're going to come there with a, is this an old stove?
It's an antique stove.
Fine. You're going to come there, and she's going to pick it up. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir. I've told her many times to come get it, and she refused to do that, and I've given her,
No,
all of her stuff.
Fine. Terrific. The entertainment center. What about the entertainment center, sir?
She said when we were buying, I bought all the furniture from More Furniture, she said that she was going to buy that for me as a gift.
Give me the date.
It had to have been in October when we moved in, because I bought all brand new furniture for the whole house. And
Okay. So listen to me very carefully, sir. In October or November, that means that within either a month to 2 months, you told her to leave the house, correct? After just pay careful attention, Mr. Schimmel.
Okay.
Within a month or 2 after she bought the entertainment center, according to you, for the house, you told her to leave. Is that right?
In December, yes.
And it's true that some of the stuff that is in your home, like the blinds and the stuff that is attached to the house that I already told her she can't have back because they're attached to your house, you still have there. Is that right?
Correct.
And you are complaining, sir, that she's harassing you, because your counterclaim said that she's been harassing you for money. Is that right?
Yes, she owes me money for damaged deposits.
Just listen to me.
Okay.
You didn't sue her for damaged deposits or anything else until she brought this lawsuit against you, Mr. Schimmel. So what I'm saying to you is, you're complaining that the harassment is because she keeps calling you, asking you for money.
Right.
Or her things. And I'm saying to you that it would have been smart of you if you told her to leave within a month or 2 of her buying you this entertainment center for the house she was moving. You should have given it back to her.
Well, I understood that it was a gift when she bought it.
I don't think so. How's that?
$771.52.
You prepared to give her back the entertainment center, sir? Along with the stove?
I can give her the stove. I mean, the entertainment center is built. I mean, it'd be really difficult for me to do that.
Okay. All right, so she gets the stove plus $771.50. What else, Miss White? And don't go into nonsense with me, because otherwise I'll reconsider the $771.50.
I'm not. My patio furniture is there, my molded lawn chairs, my padded folding lawn chairs are there. He did return 2 of my hoses, but the ends were cut off of them. There's wind chimes, there's
don't go into nonsense with me.
A 1940 radio.
You have an old radio, 1940 radio.
That she was going to throw away and she said I could have.
It's now become very, very important to her to have this old radio back. It's an antique. She wants it back. And when you give her back this property, she's going to stop annoying you. Do you understand?
You aren't one at all. I understand.
Good. So we have a stove that's going back to you and a radio. That's it, Miss White. Plus $771 for the entertainment center. Now let us briefly go into this counterclaim that you have. She's been harassing you. She's going to stop harassing you and calling you for money because you're giving her back the property that, according to what I believe she's entitled to, she's going to get within 5 days. Then you say she pulled her paintings right out of the walls and I had to hire a handyman to patch up and paint the damaged walls.
Yes.
Did you pull everything out of the walls?
No.
Show me pictures.
We don't have pictures.
Don't have
Good.
pictures.
Then you have no counterclaim.
But we have where we paid a man to fix the walls, and I've seen the walls when she moved out, and there was holes in them.
Why didn't you take a picture? If you intended to sue her, why didn't you take a picture?
Well, I didn't realize they were going to get into such an argument over some holes in the walls.
I mean, neither. So if you didn't plan on getting into an argument over holes in the walls, why are you bothering me with it now?
Yeah, okay.
Good. Counterclaim is dismissed.
Great.
There's a judgment for the plaintiff that I'm entering. 5 days from today, you to pick up your stove from his porch and the radio, which will be on the porch on top of the stove or underneath the stove or next to the stove, plus $771 for the entertainment center that he says is too difficult to dismantle. Do you understand?
Yes.
By 12 noon. Otherwise, it's gone. Consider it over.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I've tried to get it over for a long time.
It's all. Listen to me.
I've not,
It's
you know, I mean,
over.
it was, I wasn't even comfortable in my own house.
Well, what would you like me to do about that, sir?
Well, that's why I countersued, because I was distressed and
I've been distressed most of my life, sir. It doesn't mean that I come to a court and try to annoy somebody. Do you understand? You should have given her back a radio. You should have paid her for the entertainment center.
I tried to.
You did? You tried to pay her for the entertainment? You paid her for the entertainment center?
No, because she said that was a gift.
Mr. Schimmels, say goodbye, sir. Mr. Flanagan will help you out. That's all.
Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Ms. Coughlin, it is your claim that this young lady, I assume this young lady, vandalized your car. She was a friend of your daughter's. They played together. For some reason, they had a misunderstanding, and you claim that she took a rock, scratched your car. Ms. Noel says that her daughter was not alone. Don't deny that she did it, but you say she was not alone, and that in retaliation for that, your son slashed the tires on her car. So she's got a counterclaim. Are you neighbors?
Yes. Yes.
How far away do you live from each other?
Right next door.
What was the date of the incident involving your car?
August 29th, 2004.
You have pictures of the car?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see pictures of the car. What makes you think Sequoia damaged your car?
They were all outside playing, all the children, with Katara, and Katara came in the house crying, saying that Sequoia upset her. So I said, okay, we'll stay in the house. After that, I went out to do laundry, and I noticed a big scratch on the side of my car.
Okay. Now, what proof do you have that Sequoia did that damage to your car?
It's in the police report. She had admitted doing it.
Can I see the police report, please? Sequoia, you want to tell me why you scratched the car?
Because her and her husband and her son, they were constantly keep calling me like retarded, well, I don't want to say it. They kept calling me and
That's
stuff.
not true.
Shh. And they kept going on with it, and I only thing that I did was tell my mom.
So that's why you scratched the car?
Well, they were calling me retarded and stuff.
I'm asking you a question. That's why you scratched the car with a rock? You can't do that. Did your mother tell you couldn't do that? Well, you can't. If somebody says something nasty to you to hurt your feelings, that makes them wrong. That makes them not smart. But that doesn't give you the right to damage their property. Got it? Did your mother tell you that?
Yes.
Okay, how much is it going to cost to fix the paint on the car?
Approximately $921.
Do you have an estimate?
Yes, I do. It was scratched before. The estimate I do have, I'm sorry, is $361.56.
$361?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you want to tell me about the damage to your car and when that happened?
September 19th.
What happened?
I went to take my son to his football game. I came back to pick her up to go to the football game. I came back downstairs and my tires were sliced.
Who did it?
Well, I assumed my next door neighbors did it.
Well, what proof do you have that they did it?
I didn't have any proof at the time.
Do you have any proof now?
Actually, I have a witness that overheard her son bragging about the second time they sliced my tires 3 days after that.
I'll hear the witness. You're the son, I assume.
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up. Tell me who you are.
Tanisha Cooley, their babysitter.
What do you know about the tires being slashed on Mrs. Noel's car?
The day after the tires were slashed in school, me and my friend were walking down the hall. We were walking behind him and his friends. And I heard him saying that, yeah, yesterday me and my dad sliced our neighbor's tires.
And when you heard that, what did you do?
Right after school, when Chanel came home, I told her and my mom.
Same day, is
Yes.
that right? Were you angry?
Yes, I was.
And what about your father? Was he angry?
Yes.
That's not a way to respond. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
So why did you do it?
I did not.
So you're telling me this young lady is lying about
Yes,
this
I
last? Yes. Why do you think she would make up a story like that?
I don't know.
Who would you think would have another motive to slash their tires?
Nobody to my knowledge.
Not you or not your father? So you think she's lying?
Yes.
Did you call the police?
Yes, I did.
Can I see the police report, please? You can sit down. Could you stand up, please? Is this young lady your daughter?
Yes.
I want you to think back to the 23rd of September. I want you to tell me about the conversation you had with your daughter when she came home from school.
She told me that she overheard Michael saying that him and his father slashed the tires.
She told you that on the 23rd?
Yes.
What's the name of the person that he was with?
I don't know them.
In school? You don't know who they are?
No.
How many other boys was he with?
2.
You have a bill for the tire that was slashed on the 22nd?
I don't have a bill. I paid to get my car done. Here.
Well, I need a bill for the tire. That's what we're talking about. Tire was $16.53?
Used one.
Look, I believe her. I just want you to understand that. Whether you were just bragging, I don't know. But I believe that she heard you say it. So I'm deducting $16 from the award of $361 that you're entitled to have your car painted. I haven't a clue why people who were neighbors engage in a course of conduct to make their lives absolutely miserable. It's just so absolutely ridiculous to me. There's no question that your daughter behaved badly. I assume that as a parent, you told her that when someone says something that's hurtful to you, they're really just stupid, uninformed people, and not to pay any attention to it. I assume that you had that conversation with
Yes,
her. And if
I
you
did.
didn't, you have to have that conversation with her, that she can't take out her frustrations because she's just going to end up in trouble. What?
Well, she wrote on our wall and on our hallway wall, and my mom has to pay for that. And she wrote on theirs too.
Are you making an excuse for yourself?
Mm-mm.
Don't. If she does something wrong, like write on a wall, how old is she? 5. And how old are you?
8.
You're supposed to know better, and you're not supposed to make excuses for doing the wrong thing. And you're certainly old enough to know better. All right, take your children home. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $345. I've deducted the $16 for the tire that your son and probably your husband was responsible for. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I've also had my tire slashed 3 times.
They got problems. I'm done.
Her daughters pushed shopping carts into my car.
Just mad.
The little girl is very angry. She's very angry. The mother works 12-hour, 14-hour days, 6 days a week.
She was mean to me.
Something that's going to be ongoing until Mrs. Noel gets help with her child.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Baker versus Terry, step forward.
Rehab counselor Vicki Baker is suing her former neighbors, Byron and Mary Terry, for damage to her Chevy Lumina. Vicki says the couple drove the vehicle during a hailstorm.
Miss Baker, you agreed to sell the defendants a car, a used car that you had, according to what I read. They had the car for some time. They made some payments on the car. And then, according to you, they stopped making payments on the car, so you repossessed it.
Yes, ma'am.
And after you repossessed it, Mr. and Mrs. Terry sued you for all the money that they had paid into the car, which was, I believe, about $1,400. Is that right? Yeah. And how much had you paid?
$1,850.
And how long did you have the car?
We had the car for roughly about 3.5, 4 months.
Okay. Now you want them to pay for the damage that was done to the car while it was in their possession as a result of being driven in a hailstorm.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. and Mrs. Terry said, you live in Oklahoma, for heaven's sakes. That's what happens in Oklahoma. There are hailstorms. You're not responsible for the hailstorms. That's your defense.
Partly. There's more to it.
That's the defense that I read here. That it's a hailstorm and you're not responsible for an act of God. Now, Miss Baker, when did you agree to sell them the car? Give me the month and year.
December 4th of 2003.
And you took it back sometime in March?
Actually, no, it was April 2nd.
And when you got the car back, describe the damage to me.
I have photos of the damage, Your Honor.
Can I see it, please?
The automobile was damaged all over with hail damage. I have photos of the car, the storm and the damage, and also an estimate for over $3,000 of damage.
Do you know when this hailstorm was?
Yes, March 17th.
Car, hail.
Were there other cars damaged, Miss Baker, in Oklahoma where you live by this hail?
Yes, ma'am.
How many hundreds of cars were damaged?
Probably many.
So why do you think the Terrys are responsible?
Because in the agreement they were responsible for any damages as well as to insure the car, which they did through Geico. And then I had asked them to take care of the damages with their insurance, and they did not.
Now, after March 17th, did they make any payment to you? When was the last payment?
March 12th, Byron paid me $200, which totaled $1,400.
Oh, I just asked you when the last payment that they gave you was.
March 12th.
Why did you stop making payments after March 12th?
We didn't, and we have proof. What happened was when we bought the car, we put like a large amount of money down, and then she gave us a copy of the title, and it said there was a lien on it, and she kept convincing us to double up on payments, like, and harassing me at work.
Just a second.
Your Honor.
Just a second. I asked a simple question. It doesn't require a story.
Okay.
It requires an answer. Why didn't you make any payments after March the 12th?
The last payment was...
As a matter of fact, I was sitting in jail, ma'am. I won't lie to you, I wasn't capable of writing her a check. My wife was handing her cash. She gave my wife no receipts, which I told my wife, don't give her no cash if she ain't going to give you no receipt, because it ain't going to do you no good.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Ma'am, I didn't know we had hard feelings. I thought this would be friendly throughout the entire thing.
After you took back the car, they sued you. At what point did you think it was friendly?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Vicki Baker says former neighbors Byron and Mary Terry owe for damage to a car they were subleasing. Vicki says the car was dented during a hailstorm.
The question is, did you make any payments or did you not make any payments after March the 12th?
No, I'm sorry.
So the answer is no.
Right.
Now, when, Miss Baker, the Terrys sued you for the return of their money, you already had possession of the car, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you, in fact, counterclaim for damage to the car?
Not during that suit, no.
Why not?
I tried to, and they said it was too late to countersue, that I had to make a new suit.
When did they sue you? In what month?
May 28th.
So you had already had the car back for almost 3 months.
April 2nd. No, I would have had the car back for about 6 weeks.
And when was the court case heard?
The court case was actually heard on May 28th. So the suit may have came just a little bit before that.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. When did you file suit for the return of your money?
When did I file suit?
No. Damn.
In April.
And when was she served?
The weekend after I filed suit, after I got out of jail.
Sometime in April.
Yes, ma'am.
So you had at least 4 or 5 weeks. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
After you got notice that you were being sued. And you had at least 6 or 7 weeks to sue them for the damage to your car. So my question to you, Miss Baker, is why didn't you do it?
I was hoping that they would take the car. All along, I have offered them back the car for the $1,000 that they owed on the car. And so I have no use for this car, so I was hoping that they would do the original agreement, which was to pay the $2,400.
What did you do in order to convey that to them?
I spoke to them twice in person.
Just a second.
Okay.
Spoke to them twice after you repossessed the car.
Yes.
On April 2nd.
And also the police. Pardon me.
Did either Mr. or Mrs. Terry indicate to you that they were prepared to continue paying the additional $1,000 that you claimed they owed?
Mary's statement was, no, I will not give you another dime.
Okay.
Byron said, no, I'm leaving state. I have no need for the car. I'm fixing my truck. So they changed their mind.
So the answer is
no.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
So then my question to you is, why didn't you sue them?
I did.
No. You
Ma'am,
didn't sue them. Listen to me.
Okay.
You didn't sue them until after they sued you for the return of some of their money. That's when you sued them. You saw the car was damaged the day you took it back, on April 2nd. So if you believed that you had a legitimate case, you would have been in court immediately, as you were now, to file a case against them because they damaged your property that you had repossessed. You chose not to do that.
Ma'am, I didn't know we had hard feelings. I thought this would be friendly throughout the entire thing.
What, Miss Baker? I don't know where you're at, madam. After you took back the car, they sued you. At what point did you think it was friendly? Where's the car now?
In my possession.
Good. What are you doing with it?
I have offered it back to the Terrys. I'm letting it sit until we decide what to do. Your Honor, may I speak, please, on this situation? I befriended these kids. They moved in next door to me.
I don't care about that. That's not what this is about.
Okay.
That's a story once upon a time. Right now what I have is you sold them a car. They were friends, next door neighbors, you liked, whatever. Sold them a car. You took the car back for non-payment.
No, ma'am. I took the car back because she sent me a letter refusing payment.
She said she wasn't going to pay you anymore.
Right, yes.
Fine.
Yes.
I paid you enough, and I'm not paying anymore. Shh.
Okay.
Not paying anymore. This has been resolved in another court.
Right.
I'm not dealing with that. You took the car back. You did nothing when you took the car back until after they sued you for some of the money that they had invested in the car.
Ma'am.
That's what happened.
I did it as quickly as I could because I am a very, very busy self-employed person. To drive 2 hours to go down and sue someone when I knew I had until May 28th, I didn't see any hurry in doing that.
Well, I don't see any hurry in responding to it, madam. It's an act
they
of God.
damaged my car.
No, they did not damage your car.
My car did not get hail damaged, and many cars did not because most of us know to pull over during a hailstorm and park our cars somewhere else. It's only those who drive. Mary was at work.
To be in a hailstorm.
Mary was at work. And she chose to drive home in that hailstorm. She bragged to me how she drove 70 miles an hour in the hailstorm. She could have chose to stay at work and let the hailstorm pass, and the car wouldn't have been damaged as it was.
Did you drive intentionally in this hailstorm at 70 miles an hour? Is she crazy?
Well,
is she crazy?
I was petrified I was going to break through my windshield. I never drove in one
Nobody
before.
drives. Nobody drives.
How come you didn't
70
stay
miles an
home?
hour in a hailstorm, Miss Baker.
How come she didn't stay at the office and wait for the hailstorm to pass if she was terrified?
Miss Baker,
I was on my way
how
home
come
from
she
Bacon
doesn't
picking up
live
my kid?
in Florida, where there are no hailstorms that I know about? I don't know why. The heavens opened up Golf ball-sized hail came down, damaged your car as well as hundreds of others. They're not responsible for that. Case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Case number 18 on the calendar in the matter of Weiss versus Sellers. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have seats.
Miss Weiss, you and Mr. Sellers were engaged to be married. You are no longer engaged. You are no longer involved. You claim he owes you some money.
Yes.
Mr. Sellers says he owes you absolutely nothing. And if you think he owes you some money, sell the engagement ring. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. When did you become engaged?
In December of 2004.
Just in my own curiosity, when did you buy her the ring?
In December.
What kind of a ring did you buy her?
Engagement ring.
Cheap one.
Well, let me see it.
You want to see
You're
it?
wearing it. I wouldn't.
Little
Yep.
ring.
What?
Can I have a tissue, please?
Why, who's chewing gum? Both of them?
You gonna give me a piece of tissue or what? Thank you. You got gum? No. Cool. All right. Here you are.
Thank you. Oh, that's a very sweet ring. Tell me about when he gave you the ring.
He proposed to me on Christmas and asked me to marry him. He just said, "Will you marry me?" And just gave me the ring.
He handed you the box? When you opened it up, were you excited? Is not an answer.
No, I was not. I was hesitant and felt uncomfortable since he did it in front of his family, and I felt like I didn't have a choice of whether to say. Felt pressured to marry him.
Well, did you wear the ring on New Year's Eve?
I did.
Were you still with his family?
Yes.
Did you wear the ring until you broke up?
I took it off once I got home.
When did you get home?
I think it was January 4th.
When did you break up?
A couple weeks after. He wanted me to move with him to Oklahoma, drop out of school, and start a family with him, and work part-time for the rest of my life. And I decided that wasn't
That wouldn't
what I
have been
wanted.
very smart.
Yeah.
Mr. Sellers, for her to do that. How much did you pay for this ring?
$750.
You know he's entitled to the ring back, don't you?
Yes. He told me, I asked him, and he said I could keep it. But I think it's only fair if I give him his ring back, I get my money that he owes me.
Well, is that right?
Yes.
Hey! Look at this happy ending.
I know.
Well, so that would be wonderful, right?
would,
You wouldn't
yeah.
mind if you got back the ring and let's say you could sell it. She's claiming a loan, $300 loan because you went to Oklahoma. Is that where you live?
Yes.
It's her claim that this was a loan that she gave you to go to Oklahoma so that you could buy clothes and traveling expenses and that sort of thing. And you said, well, you went together. You both spent money.
Yes.
Is that right?
No.
He didn't spend any money?
No, he got kicked out of the Navy, so therefore he had no money because he was broke.
Well, where did he get the money for the ring?
That's from his old checks, like his previous checks, and he stopped getting paid once he got kicked out.
When did you get kicked out of the Navy?
December of 04.
How come?
Drug use.
Went AWOL.
Didn't like the Navy anymore?
Dishonorable.
Okay. Would you kindly give him back the ring? Now you have the ring. And you can sell it, right?
Yes.
Now, telephone.
Yes.
Let me hear about the telephone.
He didn't have any money. He said he needed a phone. I bought him a brand new phone. He said, I promise I will pay you back. I will pay for the bills once I get my feet on the ground and start getting a job in Oklahoma.
Did you get your feet on the ground?
Kind of.
What do you mean, kind of?
I had a part-time job.
So he never got his act together.
He did actually pay the bills for the first couple of months, but then stopped paying them.
And he canceled the service.
Yes, he changed, which also added a deactivation fee because he had to switch. He switched the telephone company.
How old are you, Miss Weiss?
19.
Who is this gentleman?
This is my father, and that's my classmate, Lorenzo.
I want you to consider yourself very, very fortunate. Because, you know, you could have actually moved to Oklahoma.
I
know. Working part-time, raising a whole mess of kids, no education. Got to look up and say, thank you, God. You were watching over me. All it cost you was a couple of $100.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Did you pay your own phone bill?
For a couple months.
What happened?
Well, I lost
Well
my
is not an
job.
answer, Mr. Sellers.
I lost my job and I couldn't pay for it, and I tried to pay half of it because it was up to $300, and I paid $150 of it. So I just never got around to pay the rest of it.
Well, you think that that's right, or you agreed to pay for it?
It's not right.
Now you got the ring. You're going to sell the ring. How much do you owe her for the phone bill that you didn't pay?
I'm not really sure how much exactly.
Well, she's going to tell me.
$500.
What?
Over $500.
Really? Let me
Yes.
see.
I don't have the bills. I know.
Listen to me, my dear.
Yes.
You filed a complaint in which you say that you loaned him $300 that he used for these travel necessities, which I'm discounting. Put
Okay.
your hand down, sir. You can't help her. She
Sorry,
got
Your
into
Honor.
this mess by herself. She's got to get out of it by herself. Maybe she'll learn a good lesson if she gets out of it by herself. So, you have to get the bills. You don't have the bills. How am I supposed to know? He doesn't know what the phone bill is, and you don't know what the phone bill is. That's the first thing that you know. You come to court, and you're supposed to have evidence. If you don't have evidence, I can't help you. Now, you changed phone carriers.
Yes.
Do you know that there's a penalty for that?
No, I did not know that.
He knew.
What was the fee for disconnecting the service?
$175.
Does that sound about right, Bird?
Sounds about right to me.
And I assume, again, you do not have any proof of that. What did you come here with other than your smile?
I don't know.
I don't understand. I really don't understand, Miss Weiss. You want to say something, sir? You're dying to say something, so stand up. I mean, you are the responsible person. You're the person who's been through life, who has certain life experiences. You know when you come to court, you come with...
Evidence, Your Honor.
So?
We attempted to get a copy of the phone bill because of the other party lived in Oklahoma. The phone bill came to Oklahoma and never came to our house in San Diego. There was a $405 balance on the phone and a $175 cancellation fee that Verizon's coming after us for. And we feel that the other party should pay for the phone because he used it.
I absolutely agree with you,
But
sir.
we don't have evidence.
It's the evidence. Now, how much do you believe you owe her on the telephone bill? I'm trying to be as fair to you, Miss Weiss, as I can. You're young, not too swift. How much do you think you owe, Mr. Sellers?
All of it.
How much?
600 and however much.
She didn't say it was $600, Mr. Sellers. I mean, it's absolutely impossible for me to fly blind. You said the phone bill was $500. He said, I owe all of it $600. I mean, it's stupid. It just changed. Take the ring out of your pocket. You put it in the other pocket. Dig deeper. Bird, would you give her back the ring, please? Just changed my mind. Now, Miss Weiss, this is what you're going to do. He got taken when he spent $700 for that ring, but there's no question in my mind that you could probably sell it for $3. So sell the ring. I'm going to give you $250 in addition to the ring to help defray the cost of this phone bill. Do you understand?
Yes.
Is that fair, sir?
Yes.
Perfect. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He's broke. No education, no job. Basically, what was there good about it?
We really don't talk to each other anymore.
He's stupid.
She agreed to it. It was her idea, too.
Don't be nice and don't help out someone when they're not going to help you out.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Whitmer versus Griffin. Step forward, please.
28-year-old hairdresser Lori Whitmer is suing her ex-boyfriend, ambulance builder DeJuan Griffin, for loans to pay his court fines and to reinstate his driver's license.
Miss Whitmer, it is your claim that Mr. Griffin owes you some money for court-related matters.
That is correct.
Mr. Griffin says that everything that you ever gave him, they were gifts.
Gifts.
Gave him, and there were no loans. There was never any intention to repay you, nor an agreement to repay you. When did you meet him?
December 2003 through some friends of mine at a party that we were having.
And when did you make the first loan?
Well, we were seeing each other up until September of 2004. We were still talking, you know, on an on-off basis, and then I got a call.
So you were casually seeing each other? You never lived together? There was never any discussion of marriage? It was just a casual relationship?
Yes.
Okay. September 2004.
I had gotten a call. He was locked up in jail.
For what?
For driving without a license.
You were locked up for driving without a license, Mr. Griffin?
Yes, ma'am.
How long were you locked up?
5 months.
Shh. Please. Mr. Griffin, that's impossible, sir.
It's not impossible. That's why I was there.
Well, why don't you tell me the story of how you got locked up for 5 months for driving without a license?
Well, I had warrants for tickets that I hadn't paid.
Ah, now we're getting somewhere. So you had outstanding warrants for what kinds of tickets?
Driving without a license.
How many, please? I don't want to have to say it again. Don't make my job any more difficult. How many times were you stopped for driving without a license, Mr. Griffin?
Maybe 3, 4.
You don't learn?
Yeah, I do learn. I have a driver's license now since I got out.
Well, how old were you the first time you got stopped for driving without a license?
19.
And why didn't you have a license?
Because they were suspended.
What was the reason your license was suspended?
Because I had a speeding ticket that I didn't pay.
All right. You see how we're going to get to this? You see how we're understanding each other now, Mr. Griffin? So you didn't spend 5 months in jail because you were stopped for driving with a suspended license, because they don't do that in this country. They do it, sir, if you get caught 5, 6, 7 times driving without a license, and you've got outstanding warrants for speeding tickets which you didn't pay, and outstanding warrants for the other driving while suspended that you didn't respond to, then eventually the criminal justice system has it up to here with you. And that's what happened, right?
Right.
Good. So you were an habitual person who flaunted the criminal justice system by not showing up, by not paying your fines, and by continuing to drive without a license.
I wasn't habitual.
Habitual means that you do it all the time, sir, and habitual is what you were.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Why didn't you ask the mother of your children for the money?
Because she has my 2 sons. She needs whatever she already has.
Well, who does she take care of?
She was taking care of me.
Why would she want to take care of you, Mr. Griffin?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Laurie Whitmer says ex-boyfriend DeJuan Griffin owes for loans to pay court fines after his 6th arrest for driving on a suspended license.
Now, how much did you put up for him to get out of jail?
$947.
That was bail?
No, he was in a work release base, so they were taking money out weekly towards those fines, and then this was towards like a one lump sum so that he can get his license back and to get out sooner.
Okay, now I want you to think back when you went to court, because you were picked up on warrants periodically, is that right?
I have been before.
And you remember going before the judge?
Yes.
And you remember telling the judge that you were going to come back to court, you weren't going to warrant anymore, right?
Yeah.
And you remember telling the judge that you wouldn't drive anymore with a suspended license?
Yes.
How many times did you tell that to judges when they picked you up?
Like I said, I've been there 3 or 4 times.
So each time you told that to the judge that you were going to report to court, and that was a lie, because you didn't, because you had warrants, right?
Right.
And you said that you would not drive with a suspended license. Is that right?
Yeah.
And you continued to drive with a suspended license, right?
Yep.
So you lied to the judge.
Yeah.
And when you lied to the judge, Mr. Griffin, you had previously raised your right hand and sworn to tell the truth. Is that right?
Right.
But you didn't tell the truth, right?
It wasn't intentional, but that's the way it worked out.
You mean somebody drugged you and put you behind the wheel of a car, Mr. Griffin?
No.
You mean at the time that you made the statements to the court, you intended to keep your promise?
Yes.
But some little men that play in your head, you know, they forced you to get behind the wheel of a car and break your promise.
I had to go to work. I had no other way to get there. I have kids to take care of.
You have children to take care of. Do you live with your children?
No.
How many children do you have?
2.
How old are they?
6 and 7.
And you pay child support, sir?
Yep.
How much child support do you pay?
$77 a week.
They take it out of your salary?
Yep.
When you were in jail for 5 months on work release, how much did they take out of your salary for child support?
They didn't, but...
Right. So for 5 months, your kids sort of went on hiatus.
No. I was out every day. I paid myself. I gave money to my children's mom.
How much did you give her?
Probably $2,000, $3,000.
You believe that?
I don't know.
Mr. Griffin, there is no question that Miss Whitmer bailed you out so that you could get out. And then she gave you some more money. How much more money did she give you, Mr. Griffin?
$600 maybe.
How much?
$390.
And what was that for, Miss Whitmer?
To help him reinstate his license.
And how did that come about that he needed another $390?
March 3rd, he came to my job. He was dropped off, and he asked me if I would drive him to go to this insurance company to reinstate it.
What did you go to her for?
Because she offered to pay it for me.
When had you called her to tell her you were coming, and could she make a gift to you of this $390? When had you called her?
She'd known for months that
Don't tell me what she knew. I asked you when you called her, because you wouldn't have gone there, sir.
That morning.
Did he call you that morning?
I believe so that morning, but I didn't know he was coming to my job.
What did he say when he called you in the morning?
That he was wanting to go take his test and just the appointment times and stuff like that, but he didn't say he was being dropped off to go and reinstate it.
He didn't say anything about money?
Not that I recall, no.
When you got there, Mr. Griffin, to her job, she drove you to pay this money?
Yeah, but to say that I just came there and out of the blue sprung up, I need some money when we're at the insurance company, that's not the way it happened.
Well, tell me how it happened, Mr. Griffin.
She knew I didn't have all the money. I called her and told her.
What did you call her and tell her for?
Because she was willing to help me pay it.
No. Why did you call her and tell her?
Because I needed more money.
Why didn't you get another job?
Why didn't I get another job?
That was my question.
I didn't need another job.
You did need another job if you didn't have more money.
I didn't need another job because she was willing to pay for it.
Why didn't you ask the mother of your children for the money? She's closer to you. You made 2 babies with her.
Because she has my 2 sons, she needs whatever that she already has.
Well, who does she take care of?
She was taking care of me.
Why would she want to take care of you, Mr. Griffin?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Who do you live with?
I take care of my 2 sons and a sick mom of mine.
Just a second. You have 2 children?
2 boys.
How old are they?
5 and 2.
Mr. Griffin, are you a lowlife?
No way.
Yes, you are. Mr. Griffin.
Yes.
Let me tell you why you're a lowlife. Because you just said to me, Mr. Griffin, the mother of my 2 children needs all the money that she can get because she takes care of my 2 children.
What's wrong
So
with
that's why I'm not calling her. Why do you think, sir, that this young lady who has 2 children needs money any less than the mother of your 2 children?
Because she was always willing to give it to me.
You're a lowlife.
I'm not.
You are.
I'm not.
And a taker. And I don't see what she sees in you, sir. Certainly it's very well hidden to me. But you owe her $1,337 because she bailed you out. Next time, if you need money, Mr. Griffin, get another job. You're supposed to do the right thing, and you're not supposed to take advantage of people. Do I make myself clear, sir?
Sure.
Good. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I guess.
Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. You folks have seats, please.
Well, I want to tell you, trying to figure out this case made me a little dizzy. So I'm going to test out the facts on Officer Byrd, see if he can get them from what I understand the facts are from your papers. You're Terry.
Yes, ma'am.
Who's Jillian?
Him.
According to what I understand, Jillian made the stupid mistake of bringing $6,000 in cash to school one day. Is that right, Jillian?
Yes.
You were going to buy a car?
Yeah.
Terry offered to give you a ride.
Yeah, he told me he would take me.
To school?
No.
And for the car?
To get the car.
And you go into school, and you decide to leave the $6,000 in Terry's car.
Yeah.
You come out and find that from the $6,000, there's $4,800. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Terry says, I don't know where the money is, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You go home, you tell your brother, and you probably tell your father, and what happened? And you and your brother decide to go over to Terry's house to confront him about the money, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You claim that when they came over to your house to confront Terry about taking her money, that he, the brother, Christopher, took a bat and bashed in
I didn't even
your,
bring a bat. Oh, sorry.
and bashed in your car.
It was my mother's car. I was the adult at the house at the time.
Bashed in the family car. They say that when they got there, Terry and somebody else came out and started to bang on their car. They want damages that it is alleged that you did to their car and their house. Do we understand that now?
I got everything you said.
Oh, God. That took me a while to figure out.
I'm glad I got the Reader's Digest version.
Now I'm going to start with you. Why would you bring $6,000 in cash to school?
Okay, because my mom was going out of town and she was going to buy me a car because I have a son and like my car didn't have air conditioner, and I was just excited to get it.
Just give me the Reader's Digest version, as Bert says.
Okay, so I went to the bank and just brought the money to school because he said he'd take me, so I left it in there so that, because like people go through into Terry's car.
Where in the car?
Under his seat. Because I drive his car to get lunch every day, so I was taking his car, and so I just put it under the seat in there because at school people go through your stuff, and I didn't want it taken at school, so.
All right, now, Terry, did she show you how much money was in the envelope?
I didn't find out that she placed the money in my car until we were after we had ate lunch, and she had still had the keys.
Ma'am, during third period, that's when I got to school because I don't have first 2 periods. When I got to school, I asked Terry, I'm like, Terry, I have $6,000 of money I don't want to carry around. Can I please put it in your car?
Talk slower, please.
Sorry. So I asked him if I could put the money in his car. He gave me the keys. During third period, I went and put it in his car, and then I had the keys again until lunch. So he knew I put it in there way before lunch.
During third period, she was telling everybody, yeah, I'm going to go get my car today. I'm so happy. And she said, I'm looking for Dwayne, which is one of my friends and like her boyfriend. She said, I'm looking for Dwayne. I said, why are you looking for Dwayne? She said, I need to hide my money in his car. I said, you can hide your money in my car if you want to. She said, no, that's okay.
No.
And about her saying I was going to take her to go get her car after school, I said that for a brief moment, and at the same time, I said, oh, wait, I have weight training after school. I can't do it. She was with Dwayne after school, when she came to the weight room to ask us if she could look at my car, because Dwayne was taking her.
Ma'am, they weren't having weight training for a couple weeks, and then that was the first day they started having weight training again. He didn't even know till after his weight training class, which was like right before lunch. So he didn't even know till after lunch that he couldn't take me.
How many people did you take out for lunch?
There was 2 people in there. I was in the car the whole time. It was under my seat.
But there were 2 other people in the car. Is that right?
Yes.
All right, so now you find that the money is missing. You go back home.
No.
Tell me what you did after you found the money missing.
He said he had weight training, so I went back to the school because he had weight training still, and I wanted to look in his car. And so, because Dwayne took me since he said he couldn't, and me and Dwayne went in there, and I asked him if I could go through his car, and he went through it before I did, you know. He's like, oh, no, it's not in here, and just locked his car.
So what did you do the next day?
We went to his house to ask him about the money, and he has my brother's amplifier. It's for a stereo.
Okay. Now you can tell me what happened when they came to your house the next day.
Okay, Your Honor. About 12:30 Saturday, there was like a loud bang on the door, and we all were like, what is that? And my brother's friend opened the door and said, it's Dylan and her brother, you know, they're mad. And they're screaming, all the neighbors are coming outside because we're standing at the door. I'm telling them, you need to go. Then I saw that he had a bat, and I said, you need to get out of here right now because you have a weapon, you know. And that's when they got mad. They left. They're calling us, and we're coming back with a gun. No. I mean, my witness, I have a neighbor here that lives right next door to us. She saw the whole thing. She was on the phone with the police. Then we started hearing a bam, bam, bam.
Now I'm shooting.
If you say another word.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so when I came outside, I saw the neighbors, a couple of neighbors outside, and they were all on their phones calling the police. And I saw my brothers at the end of the apartments chasing after them, and they, you know, they were in their cars.
I missed this.
They were like already, they were speeding off. And so, and then I looked around the corner, I saw the car, and I was like, oh my God, you know, I have the pictures here, and it's obvious it was beaten with a bat.
Yeah, I'll take a look at the pictures. Now, what better grasp can you lend to this, Terry?
All right, my friend, I asked him to go get the door because he heard the beating at the door. He said, Terry, you need to come out there. I went out there, and Jillian was standing there with her brother. And the first thing he's, give us the money and give us the amp now. I'm like, so at that point I'm mad because first she's accusing me of stealing money. It's the second time I've heard it. First time it was just her mom talking to my sister. And we're mad. I'm like, get out of here. We ain't got your money, this and that. He said, yes, you do. Give us the money. And so he steps in my sister's face. So I get him out of my sister's face. I step in front of him.
How did you do that?
He was all in her face. My sister saw he had a bat. You guys need to get out of here. So I'm like, so he started getting in her face. That's when I stepped in front of her. And that's when he had a bat the whole time. I wasn't worried about it. I had my friends here. You guys need to
How did his hand get broken?
Yeah, explain that one.
Yeah, I will. So we were mad.
Just
but
a sec.
All right.
Shut up.
I know you're going to tell me that. All right.
Go ahead.
So everybody was cussing and exchanging words and that.
How did his hand get broken?
He says it happened. Well, you get to it.
You're the one with the grasp,
right,
Terry.
Right. It's all a story I was trying to lead to it. And so he left down the stairs. He was going downstairs with his sister. We closed the door and went back inside. And they're like, Terry, put your shoes on. And then, quash, quash. The windows, we hear windows getting busted. So we all run out the house. He's running with his bat, running away to his truck. She's running to her car. And me, my best friend James, my brother Randall, are running after him. Randall, the only one that even got close to him, and it was after he was already in the truck speeding away. My brother had a broomstick, a plastic one, and he just swung at the back hit the back of the truck, hit the cab part, and then that was it. He sped away. We were all mad. We didn't find out.
No idea.
We didn't find out. He said his hand was broken until the cop told us. If I was going to beat him up or something, he would have been real beat up.
Now, I want to know how this happened to the car.
It's my turn. Okay, we went up there. We asked for the amp and the money. They all come to the door. She's calling us white trash, all kinds of names. They come with a pool stick. They all
Who's they?
Him. He's the one that hit me. He hit me with the pool stick. He swung for me. I ducked, hit me in the hand, broke my hand. I mean, you can see it, right? So at that time, we're running away. I see something on the ground, like a piece of wood or something, because they live upstairs. It was downstairs. And I'm just trying to defend myself. I mean, I'm so angry right now, and then I just start swinging at their car. This happened after, the car happened after the fact that they broke my hand.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
It must have been painful for you.
It was painful. I mean, I should be suing them.
Just a minute. You didn't let me finish.
Sorry.
That must have been really painful to pick up
terrible.
a bat or a piece of wood after your hand is broken and swing the bat at least 10, 12 times in order to cause this kind of damage to the car. That must have been real painful.
It was only 4 times.
But when your adrenaline's 4 times that it was painful, is that right?
It wasn't too bad.
It wasn't?
Not that bad.
Because your adrenaline's pumping and you don't pay attention to what's going on.
Really? Where did you get your medical license? I'd like to hear the witness. Who's the witness? Could you step up, please? Could you tell me your name?
Tiara Young.
Miss Young, you're a neighbor?
Yes.
So tell me about it.
At first, I just thought they were just an argument. I didn't get involved with the police until he called them several times. Then I heard Annalisa say, I know you don't have a bat. What are you going to do with the bat? So I didn't get involved until I heard bat. And then there was mention of I have something else for you, kind of as if he had a gun. So I called the police. It seemed like he was instigating the most. So I went downstairs to try to see the license plate number or what type of vehicle because I knew their physical description. I was watching through the blinds the whole time. That's when I walked up, the first time it didn't really sound like it was something hitting the car, kind of like the dumpsters right by our building, so it seemed like maybe somebody was throwing trash in the bin. When I turned, that's when I saw him with the bat at the car. I did not try to stay to see him beat the car in anymore. He had already called them. I was just trying to get out.
How was I going to hurt you if I call you a name? And I didn't even call you the name.
No, I never said
Hey!
you called me the name.
Stupid! Shut up! That's the 3rd time I told you. Right?
I'm just trying to.
That's the 3rd time I told you.
Whatever.
Not whatever. Is that your father?
Yeah.
Believe me, he's not pleased with you right now.
Not too.
Your Honor, he never directly called me.
You don't have to explain anything to me.
Okay.
You know, he's got mush in his brains.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He said, I'm filing a complaint. I want the person who assaulted me to be punished. I want them arrested. They assaulted me.
Well, I didn't do that.
That's what I would do. Somebody assaulted me and broke my hand.
Annalisa McDonald and her brother Terry claim their car was vandalized by Jillian Bortz and her brother Christopher.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Young. You have a counterclaim for damage to your car, your home, and the return of the money that was stolen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to the damages to your car and your home. Who wants to report on that?
I can.
Go ahead.
Okay. I had to file a police report with the school about the money, and they gave both of us a copy of it with both of our addresses on it. The same day that they gave him a copy of it, my house, it was just my dad was there. They threw a brick through our kitchen window.
Who did?
It was them. His friend James, his best friend James that he just told you about, his truck was identified there by 2 different people.
James?
Yeah, James.
Just a second.
Okay.
James? That's not him.
Yeah, but they identified them.
Who's they?
2 neighbors.
Are they here?
No, they're not.
What's next?
My dad knows more about what happened that night. Then my
Was
dad
your father
just
at
called me.
home?
Yeah, he was at home. It was 1 in the morning.
Mr. Bortz, is that your last name?
Yes.
Can you tell me what you saw?
I was asleep. I was awakened a loud banging noise. And a few minutes later, a neighbor had drove up in her house. You can see through the kitchen window. And I just glanced that way, and I see the kitchen windows broken out.
But you didn't see who vandalized your house.
No, I did not.
Did you see who vandalized your car?
No.
Did that happen on the same night?
This was the same, yes.
What happened to your car?
Same thing. Large bricks or rocks thrown at it.
Was there any witness to that?
Yes.
Is that witness here?
No.
Have there been any arrests in that case?
I have no idea.
But you plan on pursuing that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Judge, about that same night, me and my brother were in our bed asleep at 2 in the morning. The cops came, asked us about it. Yeah, told us that there was a kitchen window broken in.
I wouldn't say anything if I were you right now.
Oh, but they cleared it. I mean,
I wouldn't say anything if I were you right now. That case may not be over. Jillian, so let's talk a little bit about your money. I don't know who took your money. I know that you don't put money in a car, in a school parking lot. Use the car, take people around for lunch, talk about the fact that you're going to buy a car, and then ask a court to make a determination that without any proof whatsoever, any direct proof, that somebody is responsible for that money being missing. The person who's responsible, the only person I know who's responsible for that money being missing is the person who was foolish enough to take it to school and to put it under the front seat of a car in a school parking lot. That's you. So I can't reward that with a judgment against Terry on your counterclaim because there isn't sufficient proof. The only thing I do know is that you and your brother is clearly a hothead, went to their house, and I may not necessarily fully believe these two people because they have a little bit of an axe to grind with this whole thing because they had the interaction with you, but I believe Miss Young. I believe her when she says there was nobody who was hitting you with bats and pool cues. I'm speaking before your brother smashed out the car, which he acknowledges that he did. If you hadn't put yourself in that position in the first place by going over there with your brother, we wouldn't be in this mess. Can I see an estimate for the damage to the car,
I have
please?
the estimate and the breakdown of the cost under it.
Now, I assume that on your side, the person who assaulted you, if you claim that you were assaulted and you broke your hand, you were assaulted with a deadly instrument, I assume that you filed a police report and insisted on an arrest. Is that right?
I did not.
Why not?
Because I was leaving the next day to go back home.
Tell her how
What difference does it make if you're assaulted?
I tried to I live in Hawaii. I tried to go down there to the police station. They said, just take care of it here.
You have to take care of it
They
here.
said they can't do anything down there because it's in Hawaii. It's a different, it's separated from Vegas.
You go to the police and you
I
say,
did
I
go
was
to,
assaulted.
that's what I just told you. I went to the
I was
police
assaulted.
station.
I want to pursue the matter. You have a father. How old are you?
19.
You have a father. You say, I'm filing a complaint. I want the person who assaulted me to be punished. I want them arrested. They assaulted me.
Well, I didn't do that.
Well, that's what I would do if somebody assaulted me and broke my hand. In any event, I'm dismissing your counterclaim. You did absolutely the wrong thing by going over there. Mr. Bortz, I don't know who it was that caused the vandalism to your house. I assume that you have an open complaint and that the police will follow up on that complaint. It's not an old complaint. So I assume that if they find after interviewing witnesses that this young man had anything to do with vandalizing your house, you will pursue that complaint, as well as pursuing the complaint with regard to your son's assault. I mean, I would be more worried about it if my son's hand was broken than if my window was broken in my kitchen. Right? Of course. As I said, I don't know who took the money, but you're going to get your deductible paid. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500. The counterclaim is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are Ms. Higgins. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Mr. Perdue.
Good morning.
Good morning. According to your complaint, sir, you gave the defendant rings pursuant to a relationship that the two of you were in.
Yes.
And she was living with you for a brief period of time, and you claimed that there was a promise that if the relationship did not turn out, she would give you the rings back. You claimed that the relationship did not work out, she left, and you don't have the rings.
Yes, ma'am.
The second part of your lawsuit is a claim for a small loan. I think it was $40-some-odd, in order to permit her to get a restraining order against a boyfriend of hers who was supposed to be an abusive boyfriend,
yes, ma'am,
who she subsequently went back to.
Yes, ma'am.
And you want that money back.
Yes.
And Miss Higgins says that she did not have a relationship with you, that she was really nothing more than a housekeeper for you, a housekeeper/companion, that the rings were a gift. However, when you said you wanted them back, she went over to your house and threw them in your yard. Is that
Yes,
right?
Your Honor.
How long have you known her, Mr. Perdue?
Approximately 9 months.
Where did you meet her?
Met her in a bar. She was my buddy's girlfriend at the time. I met her. And before the night was over, she was sucking my fingers and everything, wanting to...
Your Honor,
you know,
that's a lie. Listen to me. I don't want you to get into anything that I don't have to hear in order to make this lawsuit. Do you understand? There are certain things that I don't have to hear graphically. She was making advances towards you. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Within a week, she had broke up with this guy, and she called me and wanted me to move her out of there and move her into my house.
How did she get your home telephone number?
Oh, I was more than anxious. I mean, I was a willing party at the time.
Okay,
You
go
know,
ahead.
I was impressed with her, and she was a hot number in my book. But within a week, she'd moved into my house. I tried to, lead a normal life and everything, but she just didn't have it in her. 3 days or so, and she'd be gone all night. Then she'd come back in the morning, smelling like a billy goat, and I'd kick her out, and then the telephone calls would come back again, and we're back in another relationship again. This girl needs help. She doesn't have a job.
No, she doesn't need help. You need help.
Yeah, okay, I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Tell me about the rings, sir.
Okay, I'd bought the rings in 1987 for my wife, and she's deceased of 3 years. And because Liz always identified so much, she says, I feel so close to your wife and everything. I know. Yes, I give her my rings. And I told her at the time I gave them to her, because we had such a rocky relationship, we've been together and kicked her out several times. I've had the police drag her out from the door. Anyway, when I gave them to her, I says, because these rings mean so much to me, if this doesn't work out, I have to have the rings back. She agreed. We were engaged 3 days.
You mean when you gave her the rings, you thought that they were given as an engagement?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, did you ask her to marry you?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you say to her?
I said, Liz, will you marry me? She says, yes. To me, that was a contract. 3 days later, she stayed out all night. I presume now it was with Ken.
This is the boyfriend.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
This was the one that the $42 is about. But where was I now?
You were giving her the rings that were so sentimentally valid for you because you had bought them for your deceased wife in 1987, and you gave them to somebody who came home every third night smelling like a billy goat.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
That's where you were.
She just 3 days we were engaged. She goes out that night, spends out all night long. I don't know where she was or anything. I broke off the engagement. I'm driving her back to her mother's house. And she says, Bill, please let me have the rings for a couple of days. I says, why do you want the rings? She says, I want to save face in front of my family, my wife, my mother, and my kids. I says, okay, but I've got to have them back. When I went to get them back, she absolutely refused.
Okay. And then she's going to tell me that when you said, give me the rings, I want the rings, I want the rings, she came over to your house and you threw them in the yard. Is that right?
What happened was he had started driving by my house and calling all the time. And one day he came over and all I had on was a T-shirt. He came in and he tried to hug me and he grabbed my breasts. At the time,
Would you get to the rings, please?
Okay, I was with Ken. Okay.
Good for you. Would you
Ken
get to
told
the
me
rings,
flat out,
please?
This is what he said. He said, I want you to prove that you're done with Bill Perdue officially, okay? So we got in his van, he drove, we drove by, and I threw the rings in his yard and called to let him know that they were there.
You're an idiot. All right. Strike you. Strike you. Now, let me go through this with you, Mr. Perdue. She told you at some point in between her going out in the evening that she had to get a restraining order against him. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you say to her?
I went with her down to the town court. We did file a temporary restraining order. I gave her the money. She filed it. A month later, you go back and make it permanent in front of a judge. But the night before, we'd gone out for a couple of drinks, and she started to fight for no reason. I've got no idea why she's so mad, but she's starting to fight. So I says, you got to fight. I said, I don't care. But she said, okay, I'm going to court tomorrow by myself.
Your Honor, there was no argument.
I found out that she went to court. As soon as Ken walked in, they went outside for a long time. She came back in and dropped charges on that very
Fine,
day.
that still doesn't make this a loan, sir. Mr. Perdue.
$42.
It doesn't make it a loan.
She asked me for the money.
Your Honor, he told me he was giving me the money.
Miss Higgins, don't interrupt me. That doesn't make it a loan, Mr. Perdue. She asked you for the money. You gave her the money.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a gift. That's not a loan. So let's just deal with the rings. All right. Now, Miss Higgins, I want you to tell me your version of the rings.
Okay, he had bought these rings. Okay, they were sitting in his house. Okay, in a box. Finally, one night he comes and he says, you know, he looks right at me and he says, Liz, I know, and these are exact words, I know that you're probably never going to marry me, but I bought these for you. They're your rings. I took the rings. It's that simple.
So you were really nothing more than a housekeeper for him.
He and I...
Shh. That's what you say in your answer, that you took care of the house, you cleaned up, you cooked, and you were a companion. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So it was a job.
It wasn't necessarily a job. I mean, we were both benefiting from it. I was staying there and taking a break from my house, and my mom's handicapped, and I take care of her. So I was taking a break from that. And he was benefiting by eating and having his house cleaned.
So that it was a barter arrangement, but still a job. You got free room and board, and he got his house cleaned.
Right.
And his refrigerator replenished with cooked food.
That's right, Your Honor. I bought the groceries.
Shh. Then can you explain to me why he would say to an employee, you're probably never going to marry me, but I bought these rings for you?
Because
so you answered
that's the reason I left, Your Honor, because he started getting obsessive. And at one point in time, he started referring himself to me as Daddy.
Okay, let me ask you this question, Ms. Higgins. Do you believe that if you hadn't taken the rings and encouraged a relationship, if I believe your story, you say, no, I'm not, Mr. Perdue, I'm not taking these rings from you because you're right, I'm not going to marry you. I am your housekeeper. Do you think that he would have become obsessive?
He was already, before we had lived together prior to this, he had already become obsessive. See, he and I stayed with him for a while before. When he was telling you that he met me through a boyfriend I had at the time,
yes.
Okay? And I would invite him over at that time to cook meals for him, okay? Because I knew his wife had just died. I had heard all kinds of different things about him.
Okay.
So anyway, back then, he asked me to come and stay, okay? And he was missing home-cooked meals, and at the time, that's all he wanted, okay? And I was staying with him. Then he began wanting more, and he wanted sex and different things, and I moved out at that time, too. Now, this time he promised me it would be different.
Now, what prompted you, if he wanted all of these things, what prompted you to move back there?
Because we had been friends without me living there. We had just remained friends.
Is there any reason, Miss Higgins, why when Genius over here told you that he wanted to know that you were finished with Mr. Perdue once and for all, and according to you, you drove by the house and threw the rings in the yard, you couldn't do the civilized thing, which would have been to put the rings in a box, take it to the post office, and mail it to him?
Your Honor, at that time I was very angry because the reason this conversation between Ken and I even started in the first place. In fact, can I call him up here, Your Honor, for this?
Oh, I would love to hear from him.
I can. But anyway, the thing is that I was angry because he was driving by the house and we were getting phone calls, and my kids had told me...
Why didn't you just give him back the rings?
Because my kids had told me...
Why didn't you just give him...
I didn't want to see him.
Why didn't you just give him back the rings?
He was obsessed with me, and I didn't want to see him.
You don't have to see him. Mail him back the rings.
I was extremely angry.
What were you angry about?
Because my kids had come to me and told me that he was trying to bribe my kids.
Why didn't you just return the rings?
I was angry, and I just went and threw them in his yard, and I called him and told him there they were.
Listen.
Because his threats, he was threatening that somebody was looking around for him to beat him up and everything else. And I was so fed up with the guy.
You want to say anything to me?
Yes, Your Honor. Her and I have had a rocky relationship, but the thing is, I'm tired of the phone calls from him. It's 7 o'clock in the morning every day. He's come in between our relationship enough times. He was a nice guy when I met him, but he got worse and worse, and it just conflict between him and I. He would kind of come by the house in the middle of the night.
You don't think that she's partially responsible for that?
I think they're both responsible for some things.
Fine, right. The fact that you are not sleeping with him, sir, doesn't mean that he's more responsible than she is. She took advantage
Your Honor,
of him.
I wasn't sleeping with him.
I didn't say you sleeping with him, madam. I said the fact that he's not sleeping with him.
Oh, okay.
You see, the reason he's angry with him is because why should he be angry with you? The two of you share a bed together. He says you're equally responsible. The two of you are equally responsible. Well, the reason he's mad at him instead of you is because he sleeps with you, and he doesn't sleep with him. Now, do you understand that? That may be confusing to you. Not you.
No, I
him.
understand.
Now, you understand. All right? So, they're equally responsible, but not really. She's more responsible. You want me to tell you why? Is your name Ken?
Yes, ma'am.
Ken,
Judge.
There's no fool like an old fool. He's an old fool. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Got a younger woman, makes him feel younger, makes him feel stronger, gets a little obsessive. She encourages him a little bit. She encourages him a lot because she's got to get away from one boyfriend, she moves in with him. She's got to get away from you because things aren't good, she moves in with him. She moves in with him, then she takes off and goes with you. She gets a restraining...
Your Honor, that's not what I
Quiet! She gets a restraining order, preliminary restraining order against you. She's saying, poor me, I'm a poor victim, everybody's abusing me. And she said a lot of things about you in order to get a restraining order, sir. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, it is.
What did she say about you in the restraining order? Did she say that you were abusive?
Yes.
Did she say that you were threatening?
Yes.
Did she say that she was afraid of you?
Yes.
Was all that true?
Parts.
Parts, but parts not?
Parts not.
Were you abusive?
At times.
Really? Were you physically abusive?
There was some pushing every once in a while.
Every once in a while. He never pushed her.
That's not what I was told either.
No, just a minute. A little obsessive, maybe. But didn't do half the things to her that you did. And then she made up some stuff along the way, according to you, when she made out that report, right?
I'd assume so.
What do you mean you assume so? You got a copy of it, sir. You read it, right? That's why you showed up in the courthouse that day. And when you saw it, Ken, did you say to yourself, she's lying about some of this stuff? She's a liar?
Well, see, I didn't ask her any questions. I had no contact.
Did you say to yourself, she's a liar? I
In
never
parts
did
of
that.
it.
On some of the stuff you
Yeah.
did, right? So here we have two people on one side, and you now tell me that she's a liar.
I don't say fully
A liar!
Oh,
If you
any
lie,
way
if
you'd
you
like to put it, Your
swear
Honor.
to an application for a protective order under penalties of perjury, and you lie, that makes you a liar.
Yes.
Right.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
She threatened my mother. She threatened all of my friends. She threatened to put antifreeze in my dog's food bowl.
You have to stop.
I have.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have to stop.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Bill Perdue says ex-fiancée Elizabeth Higgins owes for the cost of 2 heirloom rings. Elizabeth says she threw the rings into his front yard.
Listen to me. I find that these rings were given as an engagement gift in contemplation of getting married, and when Miss Higgins accepted it, she may not have been serious about accepting them as an engagement ring.
Yes.
She may not have been serious, but she led you to believe she was serious. I don't believe her story that she was the housekeeper and cook you chicken every other Tuesday and Thursday and maybe a brisket on Friday. I don't believe that.
No.
And if she wanted to return them, then she does the reasonable thing. If she, in fact, returned them at all by throwing them in your yard, she puts them in the mail and returns them. So I don't believe she returned them at all. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,850. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm very glad she's got a new outfit. She looks like a kind of little Catholic girl.
We were just true friends, and I truly believe that. I believed he was a good friend to me, but obviously I was wrong.
I think I'll probably start going to church now instead of hanging in the bars picking up women.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Leonard versus Norris. Step forward, please.
23-year-old bartender Amanda Leonard is suing her boyfriend's estranged wife, 22-year-old market research analyst Jennifer Norris, for harassment.
Miss Leonard, you are in the process of dating the defendant's present husband, soon to be her ex-husband, and it is your claim that the defendant has been harassing you. 30 seconds or less. Tell me how she's harassing you.
Yes, ma'am. It started a long time ago. After they broke up, she cheated on her husband and moved to Reno before we ever started dating. I have a tape, I have an audio tape of the very last message she left me after I had told her that I had already made a police report on her. She's still...
Fine, I'll hear it. Why did you say such nasty things to her, Miss Norris?
And that's...
I know I made these harassing calls, and I know it was wrong.
Why didn't you acknowledge that when you filed your answer in this case, Miss Norris?
I was very, very angry.
Why were you angry?
She was my friend, and I kept telling her, you know, I feel like Travis is cheating on me. I feel like something's going on with somebody else. And I never told her that I thought it was her because I didn't want to make her feel awkward, you know. And then it was her. And they had been together for, in my mind, I'm thinking about a year that they were messing around. And he kept telling me, no, I'm just selling drugs to her because they are drug addicts and stuff. And I was very angry because I thought she was my friend. And I realized that that was the wrong thing to do, was call and make those things.
When was the last time you made a harassing call to her?
I don't even remember the last time.
When was the last time?
This last message was made on the 31st, I believe, of September.
Of this year?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. I live in Reno, Nevada. I have no reason, I live 3 states away.
Doesn't make any difference. Phones reach 3 states away.
I didn't call her. I mean, that's fine if, that's what they're saying.
You have to stop.
I have
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have to stop.
Yes, ma'am.
It's finished.
Yes, I realize that.
Over.
I realize that.
What else?
She also threatened my family. She threatened my mother. She threatened all of my friends. She threatened to put antifreeze in my dog's food bowl. She threatened to key my car and slash my tires.
Did she do any of those things?
She didn't do any of those things.
Good. And she's not going to do any of those things, so she's not going to call you anymore. So I want you to be happy in your new life.
I am.
She's not going to bother you anymore. You don't bother her anymore. They're going to get a divorce when?
January 17th. But I have a question. We are not legally separated. There's no paperwork. And I can call over there to speak to my husband.
No,
I have
don't
the
call.
right to.
Listen to me. What do you want to talk to him about? Do
A
you have children?
divorce.
Just a minute. Do you have children together?
No.
Do you have a lawyer?
Yes, I do.
Then whatever you want to say to him, you say through your lawyer.
I just want the divorce done, and they won't help me.
Who won't help you?
They won't, go do anything. They won't go file the papers, nothing. And I'm I live in Nevada, so I have to wait. In January, it'll be 6 months I've been there, so I will have residency so I can get a divorce there.
Fine, Miss Norris. And that's what you do.
That's what I'm trying
Listen
to
to
do.
me. She would probably like you to have a divorce. I'm speaking. She would probably like you to have a divorce. He's not so anxious. He's not so anxious because she wants to get married, right?
Well, eventually, hopefully.
You say eventually, hopefully. Me? She would like to get married tomorrow.
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm not talking to you.
About me, though?
Sort of. Sort of. But I didn't require an answer because I wasn't talking to you. In any event, Miss Norris, in January, which is right around the corner, you are going to be able to get a divorce, whether they are cooperative or not. Don't call him. That's holding on to something that doesn't exist anymore. Move on!
I have definitely
Good.
moved on.
Goodbye.
Parties are excused.
Seated. Gentlemen, have seats.
Miss Trester, the defendant was a roommate of yours, and it is your claim that when she moved out, she purposely bleached your clothes, and in addition, she either took or stole some of your property.
Yes.
Defendant says nonsense. When did you move in together?
We moved in August.
How many people were sharing the apartment?
There was 4 of us all together.
Was it an apartment, a townhouse?
It was a townhome, three levels.
Were you going to school or working?
I do both.
And the other people?
My brother and the other roommate work, and Layla was working at the time.
When did you move out?
I moved out on November 9th, 2000.
Had you signed the lease?
Yes, I had.
So you broke your lease when you moved out?
No, I had cleared it with our landlord.
But you were breaking your lease by moving out early?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me why you moved out.
I moved out because I would come home various nights from work, and pretty much in the living room, couch, entertainment center, everything was mine, and stuff was getting misused on my entertainment center. My cats were purposely being let outside, and they weren't outside cats. And I was just, I moved all my stuff up to my room pretty much. And a couple days later, I was in Cheyenne, Wyoming, visiting a friend. Cassandra called me and pretty much told me that it was unfair that I moved my stuff upstairs because, all the roommates were using it. And I explained that pretty much, if they can't use it properly, it is my stuff. I should be able to move it up to my room if I'd like to. And pretty much after that, we just weren't getting along, arguing, yelling at each other. And I had previously been in a car accident. I didn't need any extra stress, so I figured it was better for both of us just to end the situation and for me to move out and move on.
Now, Ms. Trester, it is your claim that the defendant damaged some of your property, and that was on the 9th of November?
Yes.
Well, tell me about it.
Well, actually, to correct her, the reason she moved out is we actually had a physical confrontation. A couple days before, she had thrown a bowl at my head and I slapped her back.
She had thrown a what at your head?
A cat food bowl at my head, and I had slapped her back. I went in later that day and apologized and was like, we'll work these things out. I know you lost your job, you don't have rent. I can cover you for a little bit longer. We just need to work on it. She wasn't paying her bills.
How long hadn't she paid the rent?
It was due on the 1st, so she moved out on the 9th, so it was 9 days late. And the main thing was that our bills, she had written checks to bounced and she was unwilling to take care of him. That was the problem. And she was like, I'm too busy to take care of it. So I was like, well, you need to take care of it or get out. At that point, we were okay. I came home. I felt that her moving her stuff out of the front room was vindictive because she was doing it because she was upset at me. And I told her, if this is the way it's going to continue to be, maybe it'll be better if you get out. I would rather have you out. She said that I was overreacting. We needed to talk about it. So I was like, we'll talk about it when I get home from work the next day. She called me at work from that day, that was on the 7th, and told me that she was moving out. I went home that night to monitor things getting moved around because, of course, things always get taken when people move out. And her mom and her were egging me on to fight, saying that I wasn't tough enough. So I went up into my room and stayed until I had heard that they'd left. When I left, I came downstairs to grab all my stuff because while I was up in my room, I heard her and her mom constantly going, is this Cassie's stuff? If it is, I don't care, break it. It's not mine. I don't care, break it. Hearing things thud, hit the wall, laughing, just very horrible things. So when I came downstairs, the first thing I went to was my clothes because that's most important to most girls. But and I went into there and the bleach was just overwhelming. Like my eyes started burning.
On what floor is the laundry room?
It's on the first level. The 2 bedrooms are upstairs, so I came downstairs and I could smell bleach as soon as I got to the bottom of the stairs and went in there. And lo and behold, all of my clothes have bleach on them. And the bleach bottle was standing up and had the cap on it. So I called the police and made a report, and that's this for you.
What other items do you say that the defendant has of yours?
Clothes, books. She had also borrowed a bunch of things from me because I always was open to letting her borrow whatever she wanted as long as she returned it. And I'd asked for her to give that stuff back before she moved out. And she said that she would and never did. She moved out, and about 2 weeks after she was completely out of the house, I came home and there were multiple things missing, including almost half of my wardrobe. I had barely anything left. And of course, I live with 2 boys, so they're not borrowing it. And she still had the keys at that time that she was unwilling to give because she stated that she was still on the lease until I got a new person on the lease and she was entitled to come over.
I'll hear you.
Thank you. Actually, the night we were moving out, about a couple days before, about me throwing a cat bowl.
I don't care about cat bowl, I care about her bleached clothing.
Yeah, the night we were moving out, I had quite a few friends over helping me pack and my own mother. And my mom had gone in the bathroom saying, you know, is any of this stuff yours, Layla? And I said, the bleach is mine, but there's not enough to even worry about taking. There's probably like an inch left in the bottle, so I wasn't even gonna worry about it. And I also, if you would like to look at it, my mom was supposed to be my witness today because in the police report you can see that Cassie actually said my mother bleached her clothes.
I don't care if it was her mother or if it was you or one of the friends that you brought over.
Okay.
Madam, you're responsible.
Okay.
I mean, that's easy. Nobody bleaches their own clothes.
Can I make another point, please?
Just a second. Nobody bleaches their own clothes. And if you just said to me, I was there with my mother and some other of my friends who came to help me move, it's clear to me that she did not bleach her own clothes. So either you bleached her clothes. I can't imagine your mother being immature enough to bleach her clothes, but maybe one of your friends. Maybe your mother, when she got annoyed and she said, is this bleach yours? And you said, yes, but it's not worth taking because there's only an inch left in it. And she said, fine. And poured it out. Something like that, but you're responsible for her clothes. Next.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Cassandra Trester says ex-roommate Layla Richardson owes for bleaching her clothes. Cassandra also claims that while moving out, Layla stole her belongings.
You have any of her clothing?
No, I don't.
I'm going to say it again. Do you have any of her clothing?
No, I don't, ma'am. And can I just say one more thing about
Sure.
when I was moving out? We were moving out, and I got my stuff in trucks to go to the storage unit to put in there, and it was about 8:30, and we were walking right past that bathroom. I didn't smell any bleach. I am really unaware of what happened, honestly. If you can look at the police report, that would be great.
Why would you think she would bleach her own clothes?
I really don't know, but...
Now, what's the value of the clothing that was bleached and destroyed?
Sorry, I don't have it all added. I have it all added in between.
Okay, let me have it.
Turtleneck, which was $80. Trans 9 pants, $80 as well. Long sleeve blue shirt, just $20. Pair of jeans, $50. Black short sleeve shirt worth $20. Blue Chinese writing shirt, which is $30. A black sweater, which is $30, and pajama bottoms worth $10.
$320. Now, you have no direct proof that she stole anything from your house.
Actually, I do.
I'd like to hear the proof.
Jeremy called me and was like, Layla just came over. Jeremy.
What's your last name?
Skog.
Okay. How do you know these people?
At the time, I was Layla's best friend and also a very good friend of Cassie's.
Okay.
I was there with Layla helping her move her things out. What Cassie said about Layla taking different articles of her clothing, or I'm sorry, different things out of the kitchen and stuff, is this Cassie's, okay, then break it. That is correct. That happened several times throughout the night. I went into the bathroom to go to the bathroom, and I recall there being a strong odor of cat litter, and I actually mentioned something about that. After I left the bathroom, only 2 people went into the bathroom before Cassie found the bleach, which was Layla and her mother. Later that night, after everything had happened, right after the police officer had called me, Layla called me and said, "Please don't say that my mom and I did it. I swear I had nothing to do with it. Please don't say that my mom and I did it." I told her I'd already talked to the police officer and that I said I wasn't positive that she had done it, but that I had told the police officer that the only 2 people in the bathroom were Layla and her mother. A couple days later, she called me and said, "I want you to see how cute I look today. Can I come over?" I said, "Absolutely." She came over and she was wearing the purple floral skirt of Cassie's that she had lost and the gray New York sweater. And
yeah, just a second. Yes?
I'm sorry, I obviously didn't steal any of her clothes.
Well, let's talk about that particular outfit. He's not lying. He's telling me the truth.
Okay.
He's telling me the truth. That's what he saw you wearing.
Okay, well, actually, I don't have a pink floral skirt or anything.
You don't have one that belongs to you.
Correct.
No, I don't wear skirts, ma'am.
Listen to me.
I don't have
Listen to me.
her clothes.
He's not lying to me. How do I know that? I don't share my secrets, but I know that he's not lying to me.
And then I believe almost every day that week, she had come over wearing something that I recognized as Cassie's. The gray New York sweatshirt that she was wearing, or the sweater vest that she was wearing at the time, actually was one of the reasons that these 2 were fighting, was because Cassie, it was her favorite sweater, and she'd asked for it back several times, and Layla refused. Every time we went to Layla's house that she was wearing it, she would take it off before we even went into the house so that Cassie didn't see it. Layla has her lip and her eyebrow pierced. She had Cassie's horseshoe barbell in her lip and a barbell in her eyebrow as well, which belonged to Cassandra as well. I've seen her in the clothes several times.
High marks for having places to put those.
Actually, I don't have that many places. They're extra for my belly button. She used them for her eyebrow ring.
I'll hear you witness. You have a witness?
Yes,
Is that why you
his
brought
name
this
is
person?
Steven Snow. He was there the same night also.
Okay, Steve, I've already decided that she or her mother bleached the clothes. So I want you to pass over the bleaching. I don't want you to waste your time with nonsense about the bleaching. She or her mother bleached the clothes. What do you know about any other clothes that are in Miss Richardson's possession that don't belong to her? Do you know anything about that?
I do not.
Good, then you may be seated. Miss Richardson.
Yes?
You're going to lie big. You don't lie over $500, which is what the plaintiff is suing for. She's suing for $500 for her clothes. The bleached clothes alone come to $320. I would give her the $500 just because you were nasty. But I found that you do, in fact, have other of her property that you decided for some reason to appropriate for your own use. I would suggest you better grow up. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500. That's all. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Stuff was being thrown around, but nothing was broken. I was in the same bathroom, didn't smell any smell.
The judge knew who was telling the truth.
He's only there for 10 minutes. I'm sure he knew a lot.
Maybe she's vindictive. I don't know.
I think the truth came out, and I'm glad that it happened.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Tao versus Perry. Step forward, please.
27-year-old claims adjuster Daisy Tao is suing ex-boyfriend, 33-year-old graphic artist Adam Perry, for an unpaid loan. Adam says the money in question was to pay Daisy's bills.
Ms. Tower, the defendant is a former boyfriend of yours. I gather that you lived together for a brief period of time. You claim 2 loans to the defendant totaling $2,500. Relationship is over. You want your money.
Yes, that's correct, ma'am. I did not live with him, though. That's not correct.
You did not?
No, I never lived with him.
Okay. When, I'll get to you in a second. When was the first loan?
On February 9th, 2001.
What was it for?
He's told me that he was behind in rent, car payments, that he didn't have any money, and so I helped him out. I gave him a loan of $1,500 that we agreed upon that he would pay me back when he got his taxes, and in March, he told me that he was still short and behind on his mortgages.
Put your hand down.
And so then I had to loan him another $1,000. And so at that point, I was getting a little concerned, and I did tell him that I expected him to pay me back. He agreed to this and said that he would pay me back in the summer, because at the time he was unemployed and trying to go to school.
Where were you living in February of 2001?
I lived at home in Little Canada, Minnesota.
At home with whom?
With my family.
Where were you living in March?
At home.
And where was the defendant living?
He lived in Dayton, Minnesota.
Were you working?
Yes.
Did you ever stay over at his house or apartment?
I would go to see him once in a while, yes.
I'm asking you a question. I expect honest answers. Do you
Yes.
understand? Did you ever stay over at his home?
Yes, I've spent the night at his house, yes.
On an average of how many nights a week?
Maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks.
Now, Mr. Perry, it is agreed that she gave you $2,500.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you tell me what that money was for.
In January, Your Honor, she wanted to move in together. I had a relative living with me, and she asked if I had my relative move out.
Your Honor, that is not true.
I don't want you to interrupt him.
So my cousin moved out, and she agreed to roughly pay half of the bills, which I have a list of a couple of months, which total a little over $1,100, and she said she would pay half.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Do you want...
I'm sorry, ma'am. I don't mean to be disrespectful. What
Then you
he's saying is
can't
not true.
speak when he's speaking. When, according to you, did she move into your home?
In early January.
She moved all of her clothes and belongings and...
She had clothes, belongings, hair dryers, curling irons.
Are you telling me, sir, that she moved all of her personal belongings from her parents' house into your house?
She wasn't living at her parents' house, Your Honor.
Where was she living?
She would stay at some friend's house, and she moved from place to place, and that's why she asked, because she was going to switch her job position and move closer to where I lived so that we could be together.
So she moved in January?
Yes,
And
Your
she
Honor.
agreed to, according to you, roughly pay half the expenses?
Exactly what my cousin was paying, which was about $500.
Well, now you changed the story.
Mm-hmm.
So which is the story, that she agreed to pay for roughly half the expenses, or that you had a fixed amount of $500?
It was about $500, Your Honor.
Now, about $500, sir, isn't an agreement.
No.
So what was it? Well, let's say this. She moved in January.
Yes.
Did she give you a check in January?
No. She did not
No,
give me...
shh, no.
Okay.
She gave you nothing in January.
No.
And then on February 9th, she did give you $1,500.
Yes.
Is that right?
She said...
Just a minute. And that was the beginning of February.
Yes.
So I assume you were going to tell me that at the beginning of February, having lived there for 1 month and having had an agreement with you that she would pay you roughly $500 a month, she decided to pay you for January.
Yes, Your Honor.
And February.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then prepay March.
Yes, Your Honor.
So that's $1,500.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then in March, right now she's already paid in March, for March. But in March, she gives you another $1,000.
Yes.
And that is, I assume you're going to testify that she said to you, well, I've already paid for March, but I like to pay my bills in advance, so I'm going to pay you for April and May.
Yes, she gave me money.
Yes, that's what you're telling me.
Yes,
That's
Your
what she
Honor.
did. Is that right?
Yes.
Bull. That's not the way it works, sir. If somebody agrees to move in with you as a roommate, and let's say she fell behind in January, so she maybe would have given you January, if I believed your story, January and February. So she would have given you $1,000 to cover January and February.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then when March came, she would have paid you $500 for March, so she would have given you a total of $1,500 for January, February, and March. Yes. And what you're telling me is, no, that's not what she did. She paid you 3 months at one time, a little in advance, and then she paid you for 2 months after that. I don't believe you, sir.
She wanted me to keep ahead, Your Honor.
I don't believe you, sir. I believe that you fell behind in your bills. Now, you didn't tell me about that. Did you fall behind in your bills?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So you needed money.
Yes.
Is that right? Did you say anything to her about giving her back any money when you got your tax returns in April?
I did not, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.
She was there at least 4 days a week, Your Honor.
I was
Oh,
not.
shh, just a minute. Mr. Perry, when somebody lives with you full-time,
Yes.
they are not there 4 days a week.
No, she was not living with me full time.
Give her back her money, Mr. Perry. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
ผู้หญิงคนหนึ่งคลอดลูกบนผ้าคิริ้วใต้แสงเทียนในห้องเช่าที่ไม่มีแม้แต่ชื่อบนบัตรประชาชนแต่เธอกลับสร้างชีวิตให้ลูกจนกลายเป็นแพทย์ระดับชาติทำไมเธอถึงรอดอะไรคือแรงผลักดันที่ไม่มีวันดับและเหตุใดแม้ในเงามืดคนนี้จึงกลายเป็นแสงสว่างให้คนอีกนับพันชีวิตฟังให้จบแล้วคุณจะไม่มองแม่ยากจนเหมือนเดิมอีกต่อไปเสียงร้องทารกดังก้องในห้องเช่าหลังเก่าผนังปูนแตกร้าวฝ้าเพดานมีคราบน้ำฝนซึมจนชื้นลมหนาวกลางคืนพัดเข้ามาผ่านหน้าต่างที่ไร้บานเกร็ดหญิงสาวชื่อพัชรีนั่งกอดลูกแน่นมือเธอสั่นไม่ใช่เพราะหนาวแต่เพราะเลือดที่ไหลออกมาไม่หยุดเธอเพิ่งคลอดลูกเมื่อ2 วันก่อนไม่มีหมอไม่มีพยาบาลไม่มีแม้กระทั่งผ้าอนามัยเพื่อนบ้านให้ผ้าขาวเก่าๆมาผืนหนึ่งเธอใช้ห่อแผลไว้ใต้กระโปรงเก่าเลือดซึมออกมาเรื่อยๆเธอเริ่มหน้ามืดลูกน้อยดูดนมเธออย่างหิวโหยแต่เต้านมไม่มีน้ำนมเธอไม่ได้กินข้าวมาเกือบ2 วันแล้วบ้านของเธออยู่หลังตลาดติดกับบ่อขยะกลิ่นเน่าเหม็นลอยมาตลอดวันหนูวิ่งผ่านพื้นห้องไม้เสียงดังเอียดอาดพัชรีมองลูกหัวใจเธอเต้นทีเธอรู้ว่ามีอะไรบางอย่างผิดปกติในร่างกายปวดท้องเหมือนมีของแหลมทิ่มอยู่ด้านในเธอเคยไปคลินิกครั้งหนึ่งตอนท้องได้6 เดือนหมอบอกว่าเธอมีภาวะคันเสี่ยงแต่เธอไม่มีเงินไปโรงพยาบาลเธอตัดสินใจคลอดที่บ้านโดยลำพังใช้มีดทำครัวตัดสายสะดือเสียงลูกกรีดร้องทำให้เธอรู้ว่าเขายังมีชีวิตอยู่แต่ตอนนี้เธอรู้สึกเหมือนร่างกายกำลังพังทลายลมหายใจเริ่มติดขัดเธอพยายามจะลุกแต่ขากลับไม่มีแรงเลยในขณะที่โลกทั้งใบเริ่มหมุนเสียงฝีเท้าเดินเข้ามาช้าๆหนักๆประตูไม้ส่งเสียงดังเอียดเงาร่างผู้ชายคนหนึ่งยืนอยู่ตรงนั้นเธอจำเขาได้ทันทีนั่นคือพ่อของลูกเขาหายไปตั้งแต่รู้ว่าเธอตั้งท้องวันนี้เขากลับมาแต่ใบหน้าของเขาไร้แววสำนึกมือของเขาถือบางอย่างไว้ในกระเป๋าเสื้อแสงไฟนีออนกระพริบจนมองเห็นเพียงเสี้ยวเดียวเป็นโลหะสีดำเล็กๆพัชรีเบิกตากว้างเสียงลูกเริ่มร้องอีกครั้งเธอพยายามยกตัวขึ้นเพื่อปกป้องเขาแต่ร่างของเธอล้มลงอีกครั้งเขาก้าวเข้ามาใกล้แล้วหยุดนิ่งอยู่ข้างเตียงกลิ่นเลือดกลิ่นอับกลิ่นขยะที่ลอยมากระทบกับลมหายใจเธอเขาควักของในกระเป๋าออกมามันไม่ใช่เงินไม่ใช่ยาแต่เป็นสิ่งที่พัชรีไม่เคยคิดว่าจะเจอในชีวิตจริงมันคือปืนพกขนาดเล็กเก่ามีสนิมกะรอบด้ามจับแววตาของเขาเย็นชาไร้ความเมตตาไร้ความกลัวไร้ความลังเลลูกคนนี้ใช่ของฉันแน่เหรอเขาถามเสียงแหบต่ำพัชรีพยายามเปล่งเสียงแต่ไม่มีแรงแม้จะขยับปากเลือดยังไหลไม่หยุดเธอรู้ว่ามดลูกของเธออาจฉีกขาดหรือไม่ก็เกิดภาวะติดเชื้อกลิ่นเลือดข้าวผสมกลิ่นความตายลอยอบอวนในห้องผู้ชายคนนั้นก้าวเข้าใกล้อีกปลายกระบอกปืนหันมาตรงเธอลูกน้อยยังร้องให้เสียงดังมือเล็กๆคว้าหาอกแม่เสียงปืนยังไม่ดังขึ้นแต่นิ้วของเขาเริ่มแตะไกปืนแล้วฉันไม่อยากรับผิดชอบชีวิตนี้เขาพูดเหมือนบ่นกับตัวเองเพราะเธอมันโง่ไงถึงได้ท้องกับคนอย่างฉันพัชรีสะอื้นแม่ไม่มีเสียงน้ำตาไหลออกมาอย่างหมดแรงเธอไม่ได้เสียใจเพื่อตัวเองแต่เพื่อลูกน้อยเธอคิดถึงคำที่แม่เคยพูดลูกเอ๋ยผู้หญิงจนอย่างเราอย่าเผลอไว้ใจผู้ชายที่พูดดีเธอไม่เชื่อในวันนั้นและนี่คือผลที่ตามมามือของเขายกปืนขึ้นสูงแสงจากหลอดไฟที่กระพริบสะท้อนกับโลหะเงาสะท้อนแปลกๆบนผนังเหมือนราวกับปีศาจกำลังหัวเราะเยาะเธอเสียงเท้ากระทบพื้นไม้ดังขึ้นอีกแต่ไม่ใช่ของเขาใครอีกคนกำลังมาถึง เขาหันขวับประตูยังเปิดเงาของหญิงแก่คนหนึ่งยืนอยู่ตรงนั้นทำอะไรของแกนะไอ้ชาติชั่วเสียงตะโกนก้องมือเธอถือไม้หน้าสามเธอคือป้าแหววเพื่อนบ้านของพัชรีหญิงชราที่ไม่มีลูกแต่คอยช่วยเหลือคนยากจนในชุมชนเสมอชายคนนั้นตกใจเขาหันไปจะยิงแต่ป้าแหววเร็วกว่าที่คิดเสียงไม้กระแทกเข้ากับศีรษะของเขาล้มลงกับพื้นปืนหลุดจากมือเลือดไหลออกจากคิ้วขวาป้าแหววไม่หยุดเธอฟาดซ้ำจนเขานอนแน่นิ่งไม่ไหวติงพัชรีมองภาพนั้นเหมือนภาพฝันเธอหมดแรงแต่ยังไม่หมดลมหายใจป้าแหววรีบวิ่งมาหาเธอไหวไหมลูกพัชรีพยายามพยักหน้าแต่ทำไม่ได้เลือดไม่หยุดไหลเลยพระเจ้าหญิงชรากระซิบน้ำเสียงสั่นแต่ตาเต็มไปด้วยความมุ่งมั่นเธอหันไปตะโกนเรียกใครก็ได้เรียกรถพยาบาลเร็วเสียงจากข้างนอกตอบกลับรอแป๊บนะป้าไม่ได้เด็กคนนี้จะตายเสียงนั้นแทรกผ่านเสียงลมยามค่ำผู้คนเริ่มวิ่งเข้ามาใครบางคนโทรศัพท์หากู้ภัยอีกคนเอาผ้าห่มมาเด็กทารกถูกห่อไว้ในผ้านั้นมือของเขายังจับเสื้อแม่ไว้แน่นแสงไฟหน้ารถพยาบาลส่องเข้ามาในตรอกแคบเสียงไซเรนบาดลึกหัวใจทุกคนพัชรีถูกยกขึ้นเปลสนามเลือดยังเปื้อนขาและพื้นเจ้าหน้าที่ถามชื่อถามว่าเจ็บตรงไหนเธอไม่มีแรงตอบเพียงหลับตาลงทุกอย่างมืดมีเพียงเสียงลูกที่ร้องอยู่ใกล้หูเธอรู้ว่าเธอต้องมีชีวิตต่อเพื่อเขารถพยาบาลเคลื่อนตัวออกจากตรอกฝ่าความมืดไปยังโรงพยาบาลที่ใกล้ที่สุดในขณะที่ชายคนนั้นยังนอนแน่นิ่งเลือดไหลซึมบนพื้นไม้ไม่มีใครรู้ว่าเขาจะรอดหรือไม่มีใครสนใจด้วยซ้ำเพราะในตอนนี้สายตาทุกคู่กำลังเฝ้ามองผู้หญิงคนหนึ่งที่เสี่ยงตายเพื่อนำชีวิตใหม่มาสู่โลกในห้องฉุกเฉินไฟสว่างจ้ากลิ่นยาฆ่าเชื้อแรงจนน้ำตาไหลเสียงเครื่องมือการแพทย์ดังตลอดเวลาหมอใส่ถุงมือพยาบาลถือเข็มฉีดยาเสียงหนึ่งตะโกนชีพจรต่ำมากเตรียมเลือดด่วนเธอมีประวัติอะไรไหมไม่มีใครตอบเพราะไม่มีใครรู้จักเธอจริงๆเธอคือแม่ในเงามืดที่ไม่มีประกันสุขภาพไม่มีทะเบียนบ้านไม่มีแม้กระทั่งชื่อในระบบของโรงพยาบาลแต่ในเวลานี้เธอคือผู้หญิงที่ต้องรอดเพื่อเด็กคนหนึ่งที่ยังคงรอแม่ลืมตาขึ้นมาอีกครั้งเสียงหัวใจจากเครื่องตรวจเต้นช้าแล้วหยุดหมอเริ่มปั๊มหัวใจทุกวินาทีมีค่าแววตาของพยาบาลบางคนเริ่มสั่นไหวหญิงสาวคนหนึ่งกระซิบเบาๆเธอยังเด็กเกินไปจะตายห้องทั้งห้องเงียบลงก่อนเสียงเครื่องจับสัญญาณชีพจรจะดังอีกครั้งตีตีเธอกลับมาแล้วเธอรอดแต่ไม่มีใครรู้เลยว่าข้างหน้าเธอจะต้องเผชิญอะไรอีกบ้างแม่ที่อยู่ชายขอบชีวิตที่ใกล้ขาดแต่หัวใจกลับแข็งแกร่งยิ่งกว่าทุกสิ่งบนโลกใบนี้พัชรีลืมตาขึ้นช้าๆแสงจากโคมไฟเหนือเตียงสาดใส่ดวงตาเธอกระพริบตาทีลมหายใจแรกเหมือนคมมีดกรีดจากอกลึกถึงท้องกลิ่นยากลิ่นแอลกอฮอล์เสียงเครื่องวัดชีพจรดังต่อเนื่องเธออยู่ในห้องพักผู้ป่วยมือของเธอถูกพันด้วยสายน้ำเกลี่ยแขนมีรอยเข็มจิ้มซ้ำหัวเบาหงเหมือนลอยอยู่กลางอากาศเธอพยายามหันไปทางขวาที่นั่นมีเปลเล็กๆผ้าห่มสีฟ้าอ่อนห่อร่างเล็กของทารกเสียงหายใจเบาๆของเขาดังกระทบหูเธอเหมือนเสียงสวรรค์เธอร้องไห้แต่ไม่มีเสียงมีแค่น้ำตาที่ไหลซึมออกจากหางตาชาอุ่นเงียบงันประตูห้องเปิดออกป้าแววเดินเข้ามาพร้อมถุงข้าวกล่องมือแกสั่นแววตาเต็มไปด้วยความโล่งใจตื่นแล้วเหรอลูกน้ำเสียงสั่นเครือเธอพยักหน้าเบา รู้สึกถึงความอบอุ่นจากผู้หญิงคนนี้มากกว่าคนเป็นแม่ของลูกป้าแววนั่งลงข้างเตียงวางถุงข้าวไว้บนโต๊ะจับมือเธอเบาๆลูกปลอดภัยนะคนสวยมากแกต้องสู้ต่อพัทรีอยากพูดแต่ไม่มีเสียงเธอพยายามยิ้มแม้ใบหน้าจะซีดเซียวป้าแววเล่าว่าตำรวจมาถึงหลังจากเธอถูกนำส่งโรงพยาบาลชายคนนั้นถูกจับข้อหาพยายามฆ่าพยานพร้อมหลักฐานครบเขาจะไม่ได้ออกมาอีกในเร็วๆนี้เธอรอดแล้วอย่างน้อยก็จากเงื้อมมือของปีศาจตนนั้นแต่ความจนยังไม่หายไปค่ารักษาพยาบาลสูงลิ่วเธอไม่มีเงินไม่มีประกันไม่มีญาติหมอเตือนว่าเธอมีภาวะตกเลือดรุนแรงต้องนอนพักอีกหลายวันลูกยังต้องการนมแต่เธอไม่มีน้ำนมแม้หยดเดียวป้าแววต้องไปขอรับนมผงจากหน่วยสงเคราะห์แบกถุงกลับมาทุกเช้าบางวันไม่มีเหลือต้องแบ่งกับแม่เด็กอีกคนที่เตียงข้างๆพัชรีนอนมองเพดานทุกคืนคิดถึงอดีตคิดถึงวันที่เธอหนีออกจากบ้านตอนอายุ15หนีจากพ่อเลี้ยงที่ลวนลามแม่แท้ๆที่ไม่เคยเชื่อเธอมาอยู่ห้องเช่าในชุมชนหลังตลาดทำงานร้านอาหารล้างจานทั้งวันเงินไม่พอแม้จะซื้อข้าวครบ3 มื้อแล้วเขาก็เข้ามาในชีวิตด้วยรอยยิ้มคำพูดหวานและคำสัญญาที่ไม่มีวันเป็นจริงตอนที่รู้ว่าท้องเธอกลัวแต่ก็เลือกจะเลี้ยงเด็กคนนี้ไว้เพราะเขาคือครอบครัวเดียวที่เธอมีเสียงร้องไห้ของลูกปลุกเธอจากความคิดป้าแววอุ้มเขามาให้เด็กน้อยหาวเบาๆมือน้อยๆคว้าหาอกแม่พัชรีกอดเขาไว้แน่นแม้ร่างกายยังเจ็บแต่หัวใจกลับอุ่นวันต่อมาเจ้าหน้าที่สังคมสงเคราะห์มาพบเธอพวกเขาเสนอให้เธอฝากลูกไว้กับบ้านเด็กอ่อนเพื่อให้เธอฟื้นตัวหาเงินมีชีวิตใหม่เธอปฏิเสธทันทีฉันเลี้ยงเขาเองค่ะเสียงของเธอกลับมาแผ่วเบาแต่หนักแน่นเจ้าหน้าที่พยักหน้าเขาเข้าใจเพราะเขาเคยเห็นแม่อีกหลายคนที่ไม่มีแม่แผ่นดินจะซุกหัวนอนแต่สู้เพื่อชีวิตของลูกเหมือนพัชรี2 สัปดาห์ผ่านไปเธอออกจากโรงพยาบาลป้าแววช่วยพากลับห้องเช่าเธอกลับมาในที่เดิมกลิ่นเดิมเสียงเดิมแต่ความรู้สึกไม่เหมือนเดิมอีกต่อไปเธอไม่ใช่พัชรีคนเดิมเธอคือแม่ที่เพิ่งชนะความตายมาเพื่อปกป้องเด็กคนหนึ่งวันรุ่งขึ้นเธอหางานใหม่ร้านล้างจานเก่าไม่รับเพราะเธอมีเด็กและเจ้านายเก่าไม่อยากมีภาระในร้านเธอหอบลูกเดินไปทั่วตลาดขอทำงานอะไรก็ได้ล้างห้องน้ำเก็บขยะเช็ดพื้นแม่ค้าร้านข้าวมันไก่ใจดีรับเธอไว้ให้เธอทำงานครึ่งวันและข้าวฟรี1 กล่องเธอฝากลูกไว้กับป้าแววตอนทำงานทุกบาทที่หาได้เธอเก็บไม่ใช้แม้แต่ซื้อของให้ตัวเองกลางคืนเธอนั่งซักผ้าเช็ดร่างลูกด้วยผ้าชุบน้ำอุ่นกล่อมเขาหลับด้วยเสียงร้องแผ่วเบาแม้จะเหนื่อยจนแทบจะล้มคืนหนึ่งลูกน้อยมีไข้สูงตัวร้อนจีร้องให้ไม่หยุดพัทรีอุ้มลูกวิ่งฝนตกหนักถนนลื่นน้ำท่วมถึงข้อเท้าเธอไม่มีร่มเสื้อเปียกมือสั่นแต่ไม่หยุดโรงพยาบาลอยู่ไกลแต่คลินิกเล็กๆเปิดอยู่ริมตลาดเธอวิ่งเข้าไปหมอเห็นสภาพแล้วตกใจทำไมไม่รีบมาเร็วกว่านี้หมอชายวัยกลางคนรีบตรวจเด็กน้อยมีไข้ขึ้นถึง40 องศาต้องฉีดยาทันทีพัชรีกอดลูกแน่นไม่สนว่าตัวเองจะเป็นหวัดไม่สนว่าค่าฉีดยาจะเท่าไหร่แม้ไม่มีเงินเลยในกระเป๋าหมอมองเธอไม่ร้องขอไม่อ้อนวอนแค่ยืนเงียบๆพร้อมร่างที่สั่นหมอถอนหายใจแล้วบอกว่าวันนี้ฉันให้ฟรีแต่วันหน้าดูแลเขาให้ดีกว่านี้นะเธอก้มศีรษะน้ำตาไหลไม่ใช่เพราะเสียใจแต่เพราะยังมีคนที่เห็นคุณค่าของแม่ยากจนคนหนึ่งเมื่อกลับถึงบ้านลูกหลับสนิท ตัวไม่ร้อนแล้วเสียงหายใจสม่ำเสมอพัชรีนั่งลงข้างเปลมองหน้าลูกมือเธอแต่เบาๆที่แก้มเล็กๆแม่สัญญาแม่จะไม่มีวันทอดทิ้งหนูเธอพูดไม่ต้องการให้ใครได้ยินนอกจากหัวใจตัวเองและจากจุดนั้นเธอก็เริ่มต้นชีวิตใหม่ในฐานะแม่ไม่ใช่เหยื่อไม่ใช่ผู้หญิงที่ถูกทอดทิ้งแต่เป็นคนที่ยืนขึ้นด้วยลำแข้งของตัวเองหลายเดือนผ่านไปพัชรียังคงตื่นทุกเช้าก่อนฟ้าสางอุ้มลูกใส่ผ้าห่มเก่าเดินลุยน้ำฝนไปส่งที่บ้านป้าแหววก่อนจะรีบตรงไปยังร้านข้าวมันไก่เธอทำงานหนักเหมือนเดิมเช็ดโต๊ะล้างจานหั่นแตงกวาเก็บเศษกระดูกจากพื้นไม่มีคำบ่นไม่มีเวลาสำหรับน้ำตาเพราะทุกวินาทีมีค่าและทุกเหรียญคืออาหารของลูกแต่บางวันก็มีเรื่องที่ทำให้หัวใจแม่อย่างเธอเจ็บยิ่งกว่าเดิมวันหนึ่งลูกน้อยเริ่มมีเสียงไอตอนแรกเธอคิดว่าแค่หวัดธรรมดาแต่เมื่อเสียงไอเริ่มแน่นหายใจขัดตัวร้อนขึ้นเรื่อยๆพัชรีรีบพาเขาไปโรงพยาบาลแพทย์บอกว่าเด็กมีภาวะปอดติดเชื้อต้องนอนโรงพยาบาลอย่างน้อย5 วันค่าใช้จ่ายสูงเกินกว่าที่เธอมีใบแจ้งนี้ถูกวางไว้ปลายเตียงตัวเลขสีแดงแจ่มชัด10,000 กว่าบาทเธอนั่งกุมหัวน้ำตาไหลในมือมีเงินแค่300 บาทป้าแหววพยายามโทรหาหน่วยงานรัฐแต่ไม่มีใครช่วยไม่มีหน่วยใดรับผิดชอบเพราะพัชรีไม่มีบัตรประชาชนเธอเกิดในหมู่บ้านชายแดนไม่มีสูติบัตรไม่เคยมีสิทธิทางกฎหมายไม่ใช่พลเมืองในระบบของใครทั้งนั้นเด็กน้อยนอนอยู่บนเตียงสายออกซิเจนพาดจากจมูกดวงตาเล็กๆยังมองแม่ด้วยความเชื่อใจพัชรีรู้ว่าต้องหาเงินให้ได้ไม่ว่าจะด้วยวิธีใดวันต่อมาเธอหยุดงานเดินเข้าไปในตรอกลึกตรงไปยังบ้านไม้2 ชั้นที่มีเสียงเพลงดังตลอดวันชายสูงวัยนั่งอยู่หน้าต่อรอยสักเต็มแขนสายตาแข็งกระด้างมาหาเงินเขาถามเธอพยักหน้าจะให้ฉันทำอะไรก็ได้ขอแค่ได้เงินช่วยลูกชายคนนั้นจ้องหน้าเธอนานก่อนจะยื่นถุงบางอย่างให้เอานี่ไปส่งที่ซอยหลังตลาดถ้าถึงมือจะได้2,000เธอรับถุงมามือสั่นเธอรู้ว่ามันไม่ใช่ของบริสุทธิ์แต่นี่คือความจำเป็นที่กัดกินเธอเดินอย่างเร็วเหมือนลมหายใจถูกบีบทุกย่างก้าวเหมือนมีคนตามเธอถึงที่หมายส่งของแล้วกลับมาอย่างเงียบๆชายคนนั้นให้เงินเธอจริงครบแต่มันเย็นเฉียบในมือเหมือนเลือดของใครบางคนเธอรีบเอาเงินไปจ่ายค่ารักษาลูกของเธออาการดีขึ้นไข้ลดยิ้มเล็กๆเริ่มกลับมาแต่ในใจของพัชรีเต็มไปด้วยความกลัวเธอเริ่มมีรอยร้าวในหัวใจเพราะเธอรู้ว่าโลกนี้โหดร้ายกับคนอย่างเธอมากแค่ไหนคืนหนึ่งขณะที่เธอซักผ้าอยู่ข้างห้องเสียงรถมอเตอร์ไซค์ก็ดังขึ้นหน้าห้องไฟหน้าส่องเข้าตาชาย2 คนใส่หมวกกันน็อกเดินลงมาเธอคือพัชรีใช่ไหมเสียงหนึ่งถามเธอพยักหน้าหัวใจเต้นไม่เป็นจังหวะมีคนฝากของมาให้ชายอีกคนยื่นซองสีน้ำตาลให้เธอจากนั้นก็ขึ้นรถและขี่ออกไปทันทีเธอเปิดซองมีเงิน10,000 บาทและกระดาษแผ่นเล็กเขียนว่าอย่าลืมบุญคุณที่เธอได้รับเธอชักมือเย็นขาอ่อนมันคือคำเตือนคือนี่บุญคุณที่เธอไม่ได้ขอแต่ถูกบังคับให้ต้องรับวันต่อมาชายคนเดิมเรียกเธอไปอีกคราวนี้เขายิ้มและบอกว่างานถัดไปจะได้เงินมากกว่าเดิมเธอไม่ตอบแต่ในใจเหมือนถูกบีบด้วยมือที่มองไม่เห็นเธอรู้ว่ากำลังเข้าไปในวงจรที่ออกไม่ได้เธอกลับมาบ้านกอดลูกแน่นร้องให้กับอกเล็กๆที่ไม่รู้เลยว่าแม่ของเขากำลังแลกชีวิตเพื่ออนาคตของเขาคืนนั้นเธอนั่งเขียนจดหมายเล่าทุกอย่างให้ป้าแหววฟังขอให้ดูแลลูกหากวันหนึ่งเธอไม่กลับมาตอนเช้าเธอพาลูกไปฝากไว้กับป้า เดินออกจากบ้านตรงไปยังที่นัดหมายแต่วันนี้เธอไม่ได้ไปส่งของเธอเดินเข้าไปในสถานีตำรวจหยิบซองจดหมายในกระเป๋าพร้อมถุงของกลางที่เธอแอบเก็บไว้ดิฉันมีเรื่องจะสารภาพค่ะเจ้าหน้าที่ไม่เคยมีใครกล้ามาแบบนี้เธอบอกชื่อบอกเบอร์บอกที่อยู่เล่าทุกอย่างเจ้าหน้าที่ฟังจบไม่เชื่อในตอนแรกจนเธอเปิดมือถือโชว์ข้อความภาพถ่ายและเบอร์โทรติดต่อของกลุ่มชายเหล่านั้นคดีใหญ่จึงเริ่มเปิดตำรวจใช้ข้อมูลจากเธอสืบสวนจนสามารถจับกุมผู้ค้ายาขนาดกลางได้พัชรีต้องให้ปากคำหลายชั่วโมงน้ำเสียงเธอมั่นคงไม่มีความกลัวแม้จะรู้ว่าตัวเองอาจตกอยู่ในอันตรายหลังจบการสอบสวนเจ้าหน้าที่หญิงคนหนึ่งเดินเข้ามาหาเธอจับมือเธอเบาๆเธอคือแม่ที่กล้าหาญที่สุดที่ฉันเคยพบวันนั้นเองพัชรีได้รับเอกสารฉบับแรกในชีวิตเจ้าหน้าที่จัดการเรื่องเอกสารให้เธอเพื่อขึ้นทะเบียนเป็นบุคคลมีสถานะทางกฎหมายเธอได้รับบัตรประชาชนครั้งแรกในชีวิตหลังจากอยู่ในโลกนี้มากกว่า20 ปีเมื่อเธอกลับบ้านลูกน้อยวิ่งเข้ามากอดป้าแววยืนรอพร้อมรอยยิ้มแววตาเต็มไปด้วยความภาคภูมิใจพัชรีหยิบบัตรออกมาโชว์หนูมีตัวตนแล้วนะป้าแววยิ้มทั้งน้ำตาในสายตาป้าหนูมีค่ามาตลอดและจากวันนั้นเป็นต้นมาพัชรีไม่เคยหันหลังกลับไปหาอดีตอีกเลยเธอเริ่มต้นใหม่อย่างสง่างามในฐานะแม่คนหนึ่งที่ไม่เคยยอมแพ้ให้กับโชคชะตาหลายปีผ่านไปเสียงจักจั่นร้องระงมในเย็นฤดูร้อนดวงอาทิตย์คล้อยต่ำภาพเงายาวของอาคารเรียนบนพื้นดินสนามเด็กเล่นหน้าโรงเรียนประถมแห่งหนึ่งเต็มไปด้วยเสียงหัวเราะเด็กชายคนหนึ่งวิ่งออกจากห้องเรียนสะพายกระเป๋าใบเล็กในมือถือตุ๊กตามีผ้าขาดเขามีชื่อว่าน้องพิมพ์ลูกชายของพัชรีวันนี้เขาเรียนจบชั้นอนุบาล3พัชรียืนรออยู่ใต้ต้นไม้หน้าโรงเรียนในมือถือดอกไม้เล็กๆที่เธอเตรียมไว้ให้ลูกใบหน้าของเธอดูเหนื่อยแต่รอยยิ้มอบอุ่นเต็มไปด้วยความภูมิใจเมื่อพิมพ์วิ่งเข้ามากอดเธอหัวใจของพัชรีก็เต้นแรงเธอก้มลงหอมหน้าผากลูกเบาๆเก่งที่สุดเลยลูกแม่เธอยืนอยู่ท่ามกลางพ่อแม่คนอื่นหลายคนขับรถหรูใส่เสื้อผ้าดีถ่ายรูปด้วยกล้องราคาแพงแต่พัชรีไม่สนใจเธอมีมือถือเก่าๆเครื่องหนึ่งและหัวใจของแม่ที่ไม่ยอมแพ้หลังจากวันนั้นเธอก็พยายามหางานที่มั่นคงในที่สุดเธอได้เป็นแม่บ้านในสำนักงานเล็กๆที่นั่นมีหัวหน้าที่เข้าใจและให้โอกาสคนอย่างเธอรายได้ไม่มากแต่พอใช้เธอเริ่มเก็บเงินเล็กๆน้อยๆเปิดบัญชีให้ลูกเก็บไว้เผื่อวันหนึ่งเขาอยากเรียนสูงทุกเช้าพัชรีจะเตรียมข้าวกล่องใส่กล่องเล็กๆพร้อมผลไม้วางไว้ในเป้ของพิมพ์เธอเขียนโน้ตเล็กๆแปะไว้บนฝากล่องตั้งใจเรียนนะครับแม่รักพิมพ์ที่สุดเด็กชายมักจะเก็บโน้ตเหล่านั้นไว้ในสมุดภาพเหมือนสมบัติล้ำค่าเย็นวันหนึ่งพิมพ์กลับจากโรงเรียนพร้อมใบเกียรติบัตรเขาได้รับรางวัลนักเรียนดีเด่นพัชรีน้ำตาซึมไม่ใช่เพราะความภูมิใจแต่เพราะนึกถึงวันเก่าๆวันที่ไม่มีแม้แต่ข้าวจะกินวันที่ต้องพาลูกวิ่งลุยฝนไปโรงพยาบาลวันที่ยืนหน้าศาลให้การกับตำรวจวันที่เกือบเสียชีวิตเพื่อคลอดลูกคนนี้ออกมาเธอเคยอยู่ชายขอบของสังคมไร้ตัวตนไร้สิทธิ์ไร้โอกาสแต่วันนี้ลูกของเธอได้ยืนอยู่กลางสนามพร้อมเพื่อนอีกหลายคนมีชื่ออยู่ในรายงานมีตัวตนในระบบและมีอนาคตที่เธอปูไว้ด้วยเลือดน้ำตาและความอดทนเมื่อกลับถึงบ้านพิมพ์วิ่งไปหยิบกล่องสมุดเปิดให้แม่ดูสิหนูเก็บโน้ตของแม่ไว้ทุกใบเลยนะพัชรีหยิบโน้ตแผ่นหนึ่งขึ้นมากระดาษเก่าแต่ตัวอักษรยังชัดเจน แม่ขอโทษที่วันนี้ไม่มีเงินซื้อนมแต่แม่จะพยายามให้มากกว่านี้นะลูกเธอหลับตาแน่นกำกระดาษไว้ในมือความเจ็บปวดในอดีตเหมือนแผลเป็นที่ยังคงอยู่แต่ไม่ทำให้เธออ่อนแออีกต่อไปเวลาผ่านไปอีกหลายเดือนพัชรีเริ่มเรียนรู้เรื่องการทำธุรกิจเล็กๆเธอเปิดร้านขายข้าวกล่องหน้าปากซอยใช้สูตรที่เคยทำตอนอยู่ร้านข้าวมันไก่ลูกค้าติดใจแม่ค้าหลายคนในตลาดรู้จักชื่อเธอใช้เวลาว่างเรียนออนไลน์หาความรู้เรื่องบัญชีและจดทะเบียนร้านอย่างถูกต้องครั้งแรกในชีวิตที่เธอมีชื่อในเอกสารราชการในฐานะผู้ประกอบการรายย่อยร้านของเธอค่อยๆเติบโตมีลูกจ้าง1 คนเธอจ้างแม่เลี้ยงเดี่ยวอีกคนที่ลำบากเหมือนเธอในอดีตเพราะเธอรู้ดีว่าแม่ที่ต้องเลี้ยงลูกเพียงลำพังไม่มีวันหยุดไม่มีเวลาพักวันหนึ่งเจ้าหน้าที่จากมูลนิธิด้านสิทธิสตรีเชิญเธอไปร่วมงานเสวนาในหัวข้อผู้หญิงชายขอบกับเส้นทางแห่งศักดิ์ศรีเธอใส่เสื้อเชิ้ตขาวสะอาดกางเกงยีนเก่าผูกผมเรียบร้อยและยืนต่อหน้าผู้คนหลาย10 คนไมโครโฟนในมือทำให้มือเธอสั่นแต่เสียงของเธอไม่สั่นเลยเธอเล่าเรื่องชีวิตเล่าความเจ็บเล่าการต่อสู้น้ำตาของผู้ฟังหลายคนไหลออกมาบางคนลุกขึ้นปรบมือบางคนวิ่งมาขอกอดเธอหลังจบงานคืนนั้นเธอกลับถึงบ้านลูกชายหลับอยู่บนเบาะนุ่มในมือยังถือหนังสือภาพพัชรีนั่งลงข้างลูบผมเขาเบาๆจ้องมองใบหน้าเล็กๆและกระซิบเบาๆแม่ทำได้แล้วนะลูกเธอหยิบสมุดจดจากลิ้นชักเปิดหน้าว่างและเขียนบันทึกคำแรกด้วยลายมือของตัวเองจากผู้หญิงไร้ชื่อสู่แม่ที่มีศักดิ์ศรีฉันไม่เคยมีอะไรนอกจากหัวใจที่ไม่ยอมแพ้วันรุ่งขึ้นเธอลุกขึ้นทำข้าวกล่องตามปกติเตรียมชุดนักเรียนให้ลูกจูงมือลงจากบ้านเดินผ่านร้านค้าเสียงทักทายจากเพื่อนบ้านดังขึ้นแม่พิมพ์ขายดีนะวันนี้เห็นลูกได้รางวัลอีกแล้วใช่ไหมเธอยิ้มตอบรับอย่างอ่อนโยนเธอไม่ได้อยู่ชายขอบอีกต่อไปเธอคือคนในสังคมที่แม้จะไม่ได้มีชื่อเสียงไม่ได้ร่ำรวยแต่มีตัวตนมีคุณค่าและมีชีวิตที่เลือกเดินได้ด้วยตัวเองทั้งหมดเริ่มจากจุดที่มืดที่สุดในคืนหนึ่งคืนที่เธอนอนกอดลูกอยู่ในห้องเช่าเก่าๆท่ามกลางเลือดนูและกลิ่นขยะจากตรงนั้นเธอปีนขึ้นมาด้วยหัวใจของแม่หัวใจที่ไม่มีอะไรจะเสียนอกจากลูกที่เธอจะไม่มีวันยอมให้ใครพรากไปได้เพราะในโลกที่ไม่เคยเมตตาเธอคือหลักฐานว่าผู้หญิงยากจนคนหนึ่งสามารถกลายเป็นพลังที่ยิ่งใหญ่ถ้าเธอไม่ถูกลืมและไม่ยอมลืมตัวเองเธอคือแม่ในเงามืดที่วันนี้เปล่งแสงได้ด้วยตัวเองหลายปีต่อมาท้องฟ้ายามเช้าในเมืองหลวงยังคงแออัดรถยนต์แน่นขนาดเสียงแตรดังแว่วเข้ามาจากถนนด้านล่างพัชรียืนอยู่ริมหน้าต่างห้องเช่าชั้น3มองดูผู้คนสวมสูทเดินผ่านไปมาในมือของเธอมีถ้วยกาแฟร้อนสายตาเหม่อมองไกลแต่อบอิ่มด้วยความหวังวันนี้เป็นวันสำคัญที่สุดวันหนึ่งในชีวิตเธอพิมพ์ลูกชายของเธอจะขึ้นเวทีรับรางวัลนักเรียนทุนดีเด่นของโรงเรียนมัธยมปลายชั้นแนวหน้าแห่งหนึ่งในกรุงเทพพัชรีสวมเสื้อเชิ้ตสีครีมกางเกงขายาวสีดำผูกผมเรียบร้อยใบหน้าแม้จะมีรอยเหี่ยวย่นจากวันเวลาหนักหนาแต่แววตากลับเปล่งประกายลูกชายของเธอในวันนี้โตเป็นหนุ่มเต็มตัวสูงเกินแม่ร่างโปร่งใสแว่นแต่ยังคงมีรอยยิ้มอ่อนโยนเหมือนตอนเด็กเขาคือเด็กที่เคยหายใจรวยรินในห้องฉุกเฉินเด็กที่เคยไม่มีแม้แต่สูติบัตรเด็กที่เกิดในห้องเช่าเปื้อนเลือดโดยไม่มีหมอแล้ววันนี้เขายืนอยู่บนเวทีในชุดนักเรียนเรียบร้อยท่ามกลางเสียงปรบมือจากครูและเพื่อนร่วมชั้นผมขอมอบรางวัลนักเรียนทุนยอดเยี่ยมประจำปีให้กับเด็กชายพิมพ์ เสียงประกาศดังชัดผ่านไมโครโฟนเสียงปรบมือดังสนั่นแสงแฟลชจากกล้องมือถือระยิบระยับพัชรีนั่งอยู่แถวหน้าหัวใจเธอเต้นแรงมือกำกระเป๋าผ้าสีซีดแน่นน้ำตาไหลโดยไม่รู้ตัวพิมพ์เดินขึ้นเวทีรับใบประกาศแล้วหันไปมองผู้ชมพูดด้วยน้ำเสียงมั่นใจผมขอมอบรางวัลนี้ให้แม่ของผมผู้หญิงคนหนึ่งที่ไม่มีอะไรเลยนอกจากหัวใจเธอคือแรงบันดาลใจทั้งหมดในชีวิตผมพัชรีกลั้นน้ำตาไว้ไม่อยู่เธอก้มหน้าแต่คนรอบข้างหันมาปรบมือให้เธอโดยพร้อมเพรียงหลังจากงานจบครูใหญ่เดินเข้ามาหาเธอจับมือคุณแม่เลี้ยงลูกได้ดีมากพี่มีโอกาสสอบชิงทุนไปต่างประเทศนะครับเธอยิ้มอายมือยังเปื้อนรอยหยาบจากการหั่นผักทุกเช้าแต่หัวใจอิ่มกว่าครั้งไหนในชีวิตคืนนั้นเธอและลูกกลับถึงห้องนั่งกินข้าวผัดกะเพราหมูที่เหลือจากร้านของเธอไม่มีเค้กไม่มีแชมเปญแต่เต็มไปด้วยเสียงหัวเราะแม่พิมพ์อยากเป็นหมอพัชรีชะงักจ้องตาลูกรอยยิ้มบนใบหน้าของเขาจริงจังพิมพ์อยากช่วยแม่คนอื่นที่อยู่ในเงามืดเหมือนแม่พิมพ์อยากให้พวกเขามีทางรอดไม่ต้องเสี่ยงตายเหมือนแม่เคยทำพัชรีน้ำตาไหลไม่ใช่เพราะกลัวว่าค่าเรียนแพงแต่เพราะเธอเห็นเปลวไฟในหัวใจของลูกเปลวไฟที่เธอเคยจุดด้วยความรักหลังจากนั้นไม่นานพิมพ์สอบติดคณะแพทยศาสตร์ด้วยทุนเต็มจำนวนจากโครงการสำหรับเยาวชนด้อยโอกาสที่มีผลการเรียนดีเยี่ยมวันแรกที่เขาได้สวมชุดกาวพัชรีนั่งเฝ้าเขาแต่งตัวอยู่เงียบเธอไม่พูดแต่สายตาเธอบอกทุกอย่างแม่ไม่ต้องทำงานหนักอีกแล้วนะพิมพ์หอมมือแม่พัชรียิ้มแต่สายหัวแม่ไม่อยากหยุดแม่อยากเปิดร้านอาหารเล็กๆให้แม่ที่ลำบากเหมือนแม่ได้มีข้าวกินมีงานทำพิมพ์หัวเราะกอดแม่ตกลงครับเราจะสร้างมันด้วยกันอีกปีต่อมาครัวแม่พิมพ์เปิดอย่างเป็นทางการร้านเล็กๆริมชุมชนตกแต่งเรียบง่ายเสิร์ฟอาหารราคาถูกแต่วัตถุดิบสะอาดแม่บ้านหลายคนจากชุมชนยากจนได้รับจ้างงานที่นี่พัชรีไม่ได้เป็นแค่เจ้าของร้านแต่กลายเป็นที่พึ่งของหลายชีวิตผู้คนเริ่มรู้จักชื่อเธอได้รับเชิญไปพูดในงานของกระทรวงขึ้นเวทีระดับประเทศร่วมเป็นหนึ่งในเครือข่ายแม่หญิงนักสู้ของชาตินักกล่าวสัมภาษณ์เธอพูดช้าเสียงไม่ดังแต่ทุกคำหนักแน่นแม้ทุกคนควรมีโอกาสรอดแม้เธอจะยากจนไม่มีบัตรประชาชนไม่มีบ้านไม่มีชื่อในระบบเธอก็ยังเป็นมนุษย์และเป็นแม่เหมือนกันรายการโทรทัศน์เชิญเธอไปเล่าเรื่องชีวิตบทความหลายสำนักเขียนถึงเธอภาพเธอกับลูกชายหมอวัยหนุ่มปรากฏอยู่บนหน้าปกนิตยสารด้านสิทธิมนุษยชนแต่พัชรียังคงทำงานทุกเช้าหั่นผักเองเช็ดโต๊ะดูแลแม่บ้านในร้านและสอนเด็กฝึกงานจากสถาบันต่างๆวันหนึ่งมีหญิงสาวอุ้มท้องเดินเข้ามาในร้านใบหน้าซีดเซียวเสื้อผ้าขาดเธอเดินเข้ามาขอแค่น้ำเปล่าพัชรีเดินออกมาหาวางมือบนบ่าของหญิงคนนั้นและพูดเบาๆหนูหิวไหมจะมากินข้าวก่อนแล้วค่อยเล่าให้แม่ฟังว่าเกิดอะไรขึ้นหญิงสาวปล่อยโฮล้มตัวร้องให้กับตักของเธอภาพนั้นคือฉากที่ซ้ำรอยชีวิตของพัชรีในอีกเวอร์ชันหนึ่งและในวันนั้นเองเธอรู้ว่าชีวิตของเธอไม่ได้หยุดที่การรอดแต่มันเพิ่งเริ่มในฐานะคนที่มีหน้าที่ให้โอกาสคนอื่นรอดด้วยเหมือนกันทุกค่ำเมื่อปิดร้านเธอจะเดินไปที่ระเบียงยืนมองฟ้าดาวยังเหมือนเดิมแต่เธอเปลี่ยนไปจากผู้หญิงยากจนที่ไม่มีอะไรเลยสู่ผู้หญิงที่สร้างเส้นทางชีวิตด้วยมือของตัวเองไม่ใช่ด้วยปาฏิหาริย์แต่ด้วยความรักของแม่และหัวใจที่ไม่เคยยอมจำนนต่อความยากจนพัชรีคือชื่อของผู้หญิงธรรมดาที่กลายเป็นสัญลักษณ์ ของคำว่าแม่ในเงามืดที่วันนี้ได้กลายเป็นแสงของอีกหลายชีวิตแสงแดดยามเช้าสาดผ่านหน้าต่างบ้านเก่าของร้านครัวแม่พิมพ์ไอร้อนจากเตาข้าวเหนียวลอยคลุ้งทั่วห้องครัวกลิ่นข้าวสวยใหม่กลิ่นน้ำพริกปลาทูกลิ่นแกงจืดเต้าหู้หมูสับรวมกันกลายเป็นความอบอุ่นที่ลอยอยู่ในอากาศพัชรียังคงตื่นก่อนฟ้าเปิดทุกวันแม้จะอายุมากขึ้นแม้มือจะเริ่มสั่นแต่เธอยังยืนยันจะหั่นผักเองยังคงเช็ดโต๊ะทุกตัวก่อนลูกค้าคนแรกจะเข้าร้านหน้าร้านมีโปสเตอร์เก่าแผ่นหนึ่งรูปของเธอกับพิมพ์ในวันรับปริญญาแพทยศาสตร์ใต้ภาพมีคำว่าอย่ายอมแพ้กับโชคชะตาถ้ายังรักลูกอยู่ลูกค้าหลายคนที่มาใหม่จะยืนอ่านอยู่เงียบๆก่อนจะยิ้มแล้วเดินเข้ามานั่งวันนี้เป็นวันพิเศษพิมพ์ลาพักจากโรงพยาบาลชนบทที่เขาทำงานอยู่เพื่อกลับมาเยี่ยมแม่เขามาถึงร้านในตอนสายในชุดเสื้อเชิ้ตขาวกางเกงยีนและรอยยิ้มแบบที่พัชรีคุ้นเคยแม่วันนี้มีเวลานั่งกินข้าวด้วยกันไหมเธอเงยหน้าขึ้นจากเขียงดวงตาเต็มไปด้วยความดีใจแต่ก็พูดติดตลกถ้าจะรอให้แม่เลิกงานตอนบ่าย2ก็เชิญนั่งรอไปก่อนนะหมอพิมพ์เขาหัวเราะเดินเข้ามาช่วยเสิร์ฟน้ำให้ลูกค้าพูดคุยกับแม่บ้านในร้านถามถ่ายสารทุกข์สุขดิบกับแม่ค้าในตลาดทุกคนรู้จักเขาลูกหมอพิมพ์คนที่ไม่ลืมบ้านไม่ลืมแม่และไม่ลืมว่าเคยเกิดมาในห้องเช่าที่แทบไม่มีที่ยืนในสังคมตอนบ่ายหลังร้านปิดพัชรีนั่งลงข้างลูกมือจับแก้วน้ำมาตุ่มเย็นลมพัดโชยเข้ามาจากหลังร้านพิมพ์หยิบเอกสารบางอย่างจากกระเป๋าส่งให้แม่หนูอยากเปิดศูนย์สุขภาพชุมชนเล็กๆก็ได้เพื่อแม่ที่ไม่มีบัตรไม่มีเงินจะได้ไม่ต้องเสี่ยงตายเหมือนแม่เคยเจอพัชรีเงียบมองเอกสารในมือมันคือโครงการแผนงบประมาณชื่อผู้ร่วมก่อตั้งชื่อเธออยู่ข้างพิมพ์ในบรรทัดสุดท้ายแม่ไม่เคยเรียนหนังสือจะไปช่วยอะไรได้เสียงของเธอเบาไม่ใช่เพราะไม่อยากทำแต่เพราะไม่มั่นใจในตัวเองพิมพ์หยิบมือของแม่ขึ้นมากลมแต่แม่เคยรอดจากการคลอดลูกแบบไม่มีหมอเคยเป็นผู้หญิงที่ลุกขึ้นสู้ทั้งที่ไม่มีชื่อในบัตรประชาชนเคยสร้างร้านอาหารที่ช่วยคนได้จริงทั้งหมดนั้นไม่มีมหาวิทยาลัยไหนสอนพัชรีน้ำตาคลอหัวใจเธอเต้นแรงเพราะคำพูดของลูกไม่ได้ยกย่องเธอแต่เตือนเธอว่าชีวิตของเธอไม่เคยไร้ค่าเลยหลายเดือนต่อมาศูนย์สุขภาพชุมชนเล็กๆแห่งหนึ่งจึงเกิดขึ้นริมชุมชนที่ดินเล็กๆที่เคยเป็นโกดังร้างกลายเป็นสถานที่ที่เต็มไปด้วยแสงไฟอบอุ่นมีเตียงพยาบาลไม่กี่เตียงมีโต๊ะลงทะเบียนมีเครื่องวัดความดันมียาพื้นฐานและที่สำคัญมีผู้คนแม่เลี้ยงเดี่ยวจากหลายชุมชนเดินทางมารับการตรวจบางคนอุ้มท้องบางคนจูงลูกบางคนร้องไห้เพราะไม่เคยคิดว่าจะได้รับการดูแลจากใครพิมพ์ดูแลเรื่องการแพทย์พัชรีดูแลเรื่องอาหารกลางวันและพูดคุยเป็นกำลังใจให้ทุกคนเธอนั่งอยู่ใต้ต้นมะม่วงข้างศูนย์ฟังเรื่องราวของผู้หญิงคนอื่นพี่หนูโดนผัวเก่าทิ้งไว้ที่นี่ไม่มีแม้แต่ผ้าอ้อมลูกหนูหนีจากบ้านมาเพราะพ่อเลี้ยงลวนลามหนูคลอดในบ้านไม่มีหมอไม่มีไฟทุกคำพูดคือภาพสะท้อนชีวิตของพัชรีในอดีตแต่คราวนี้เธอไม่ใช่เหยื่ออีกต่อไปเธอคือที่พักพิงคือมือที่ยื่นออกไปหาอีกหลายร้อยชีวิต1 ปีผ่านไปศูนย์สุขภาพขยายเป็น2 สาขาพิมพ์ได้รางวัลแพทย์ต้นแบบของประเทศแต่เขาปฏิเสธที่จะย้ายไปโรงพยาบาลใหญ่คนที่นี่ต้องการผมมากกว่าพัชรีได้รับเชิญไปพูดที่สหประชาชาติในเวทีด้านสิทธิสตรีและความยากจนเธอยืนต่อหน้าผู้คนหลายร้อยคนจากหลายประเทศในมือมีไมโครโฟนในใจมีเรื่องราวนับไม่ถ้วนเธอพูดช้าๆชัดเจนไม่มีคำรู้ไม่มีวาทกรรมทางวิชาการ มีแต่ประโยคที่ออกมาจากประสบการณ์จริงความจนไม่ใช่บาปแต่การไม่ช่วยคนจนให้รอดจากความเสี่ยงต่างหากที่เป็นบาปของสังคมเสียงปรบมือกึกก้องน้ำตาไหลจากผู้ฟังหลายคนหลังเวทีเธอได้รับการต้อนรับจากนักเคลื่อนไหวนักการเมืองและแพทย์จากทั่วโลกแต่เธอยังคงพูดคำเดิมฉันเป็นแค่แม่คนหนึ่งที่ไม่ยอมให้ลูกตายเพราะความจนกลับจากเวทีโลกพัชรีนั่งเงียบอยู่ที่ครัวจิบชาฟังเสียงลมพัดลูกชายของเธอกำลังให้วัคซีนเด็กในห้องด้านหลังเสียงเด็กร้องไห้เสียงหัวเราะของแม่เสียงชีวิตที่ยังดำเนินต่อเธอมองดูผนังร้านที่มีรูปเธอกับลูกและข้อความเก่าอย่ายอมแพ้กับโชคชะตาวันนี้เธอรู้แล้วว่าโชคชะตามันเปลี่ยนได้ถ้าเราไม่ยอมจำนนและถ้ามีใครสักคนที่กล้าพอจะลุกขึ้นเพื่อลูกเพื่อตัวเองเพื่อผู้หญิงคนอื่นๆที่ยังถูกลืมในเงามืดของสังคมพัชรีคือตัวแทนของพวกเธอเหล่านั้นและเรื่องราวของเธอยังไม่จบลงตรงนี้แต่มันเพิ่งเริ่มต้นเพื่ออีกหลายชีวิตที่รอการเปลี่ยนแปลงยามเย็นวันหนึ่งเมฆครึ้มปกคลุมทั่วฟ้าสายฝนโปรยบางเบาผู้คนต่างรีบเร่งกลับบ้านยกเว้นผู้หญิงคนหนึ่งที่ยังคงยืนอยู่หน้าศูนย์สุขภาพชุมชนพัชรีกำลังรอสาวคนหนึ่งชื่ออายุเพียง16 ปีท้องแก่8 เดือนไร้บ้านไร้ญาติและไร้ทางเลือกแอมถูกพ่อเลี้ยงข่มขืนแม่แท้ๆกลับโทษเธอขับไล่ออกจากบ้านเธอเคยคิดกระโดดสะพานแต่เสียงของลูกในท้องทำให้หยุดวันนั้นแอมเดินผ่านร้านครัวแม่พิมพ์เห็นป้ายติดไว้ว่าใครลำบากมาคุยกับเราได้เธอลังเลแต่ในที่สุดก็ตัดสินใจก้าวเข้าไปพัชรีไม่ได้ถามคำถามใดเธอเพียงวางมือบนบ่าแอมและพาเธอไปกินข้าวก่อนพาไปตรวจคันและจัดหาที่พักชั่วคราวที่นี่หนูปลอดภัยแล้วนะคำพูดธรรมดาแต่เหมือนแสงสว่างในอุโมงค์มืดพัชรีดูแลแอมสอนเธอหุงข้าวสอนเธอหั่นผักให้เธอช่วยงานในร้านและกับที่พักและอาหารและในวันฝนตกนั้นแอมปวดท้องน้ำคร่ำไหลพัชรีรีบพาเธอขึ้นรถฝ่าฝนไปยังโรงพยาบาลที่พิมพ์ประจำอยู่เสียงร้องของแอมดังก้องในห้องคลอดมือของเธอกำแน่นขาสั่นหัวใจเต้นแรงพิมพ์เป็นคนทำคลอดเองมือเขาแน่นิ่งแววตาแน่วแน่ในที่สุดเสียงร้องแผ่วเบาของทารกก็ดังขึ้นเด็กหญิงตัวเล็กๆคนหนึ่งลืมตาดูโลกแอมร้องไห้ไม่ใช่เพราะเจ็บแต่เพราะชีวิตเธอมีค่าอีกครั้งพัชรีอุ้มทารกน้อยไว้แนบอกน้ำตาไหลเงียบๆภาพนั้นทำให้พิมพ์นึกถึงวันที่แม่ของเขานอนกอดเขาไว้บนผ้าขาวที่เปื้อนเลือดชีวิตเวียนกลับมาแต่ครั้งนี้พวกเขามีทางเลือกพวกเขาไม่ถูกทิ้งไว้กลางทางอีกต่อไปหลังจากนั้นศูนย์สุขภาพเริ่มเปิดโครงการบ้านแม่เปิดห้องพักชั่วคราวให้แม่วัยใสมีการอบรมอาชีพจัดหางานสอนเลี้ยงลูกให้พวกเธอกลับไปยืนด้วยขาตัวเองในเวลาไม่นานชื่อของพัชรีและพิมพ์กลายเป็นที่รู้จักในระดับชาติรายการโทรทัศน์สื่อสิ่งพิมพ์องค์กรระหว่างประเทศต่างเดินทางมาสัมภาษณ์เพื่อเรียนรู้โมเดลแห่งการฟื้นคืนศักดิ์ศรีมนุษย์แต่นั่นไม่ได้เปลี่ยนพวกเขาเลยพัชรียังตื่นตี 5ทำกับข้าวเดินแจกข้าวฟรีให้คนไร้บ้านหน้าสถานีรถไฟยังคงยิ้มยังคงเรียกทุกคนว่าลูกพิมพ์ยังคงรักษาคนไข้ด้วยหัวใจยังยืนยันจะอยู่ในศูนย์สุขภาพชุมชนแม้จะได้รับข้อเสนอมากมายจากโรงพยาบาลเอกชนวันหนึ่งพิมพ์ได้รับจดหมายฉบับหนึ่งจากองค์การสหประชาชาติแจ้งว่าเขาได้รับรางวัลAwardในฐานะบุคลากรที่สร้างความเปลี่ยนแปลงอย่างยั่งยืนเขาหันไปหาแม่และพูดแค่คำเดียว นี่ของแม่ในงานประกาศรางวัลพัชรีขึ้นเวทีพร้อมลูกเสียงปรบมือดังก้องไปทั้งหอประชุมในเจนีวาเธอกล่าวสุนทรพจน์เรียบง่ายไม่มีศัพท์วิชาการไม่มีภาษาต่างประเทศหรูหราแค่พูดด้วยใจเสียงเธอสั่นเล็กน้อยแต่น้ำเสียงหนักแน่นไม่มีแม่คนไหนอยากเห็นลูกลำบากไม่มีผู้หญิงคนไหนอยากคลอดลูกข้างทางขยะแต่เมื่อสังคมเมินเฉยเมื่อระบบไม่ให้ที่ยืนเรากำลังฆ่าศักดิ์ศรีมนุษย์ด้วยมือของเราเองเธอเงียบแล้วพูดต่อช้าๆฉันเป็นผู้หญิงคนหนึ่งที่ไม่มีบ้านไม่มีบัตรไม่มีเงินแต่วันนี้ฉันมีชีวิตที่เต็มไปด้วยความหมายเพราะฉันไม่ยอมให้ลูกตายเสียงปรบมือยาวนานมีผู้หญิงหลายคนเดินเข้ามากอดเธอหลังเวทีบางคนเป็นแม่บางคนเป็นลูกสาวบางคนเป็นเจ้าหน้าที่รัฐที่เคยล้มเหลวหลังกลับจากต่างประเทศชีวิตของพวกเขายังเหมือนเดิมร้านอาหารเล็กๆศูนย์สุขภาพชุมชนเสียงหัวเราะของเด็กๆและคำว่าแม่ที่ดังก้องในทุกมุมพีมเริ่มอบรมแพทย์รุ่นใหม่ให้เข้าใจว่าการรักษาไม่ใช่แค่เรื่องยาแต่คือความเข้าใจมนุษย์พัชรีเริ่มเปิดศูนย์แม่สารใจร่วมกับกลุ่มแม่ๆที่รอดจากความมืดรับฟังคนตื่นทำอาหารกล่องส่งชุมชนและอบรมให้แม่ทุกคนรู้ว่าตัวเองมีค่าทุกค่ำเธอยังคงจุดเทียนดวงเล็กๆหน้าร้านไม่ใช่เพื่อบูชาแต่เพื่อระลึกถึงแม่ทุกคนที่ไม่รอดที่ถูกระบบลืมที่โลกไม่เคยจำเธอเคยเป็นหนึ่งในนั้นวันนี้เธอกลายเป็นแสงเพื่ออีกหลายหมื่นชีวิตและวันหนึ่งในอนาคตเมื่อเธอหมดลมหายใจโลกอาจลืมชื่อของเธอแต่สิ่งที่เธอสร้างจะยังคงอยู่เป็นสูตรอาหารในร้านเล็กๆเป็นเตียงไม้ในศูนย์สุขภาพเป็นมือของแพทย์คนหนึ่งที่เคยถูกกอดไว้ด้วยหัวใจของแม่ในเงามืดเพราะเธอพิสูจน์แล้วว่าความรักของแม่คือพลังที่ยิ่งใหญ่ที่สุดแม้ในวันที่ทุกคนหันหลังให้เธอไม่เคยต้องการชื่อเสียงเธอแค่อยากให้ลูกมีชีวิตที่ไม่ต้องร้องไห้ในความมืดอีกต่อไปและเธอก็ทำสำเร็จแล้วยามเย็นของฤดูหนาวลมเย็นพัดเกยดวงอาทิตย์คล้อยต่ำลงหลังตึกภาพเงายาวของร้านครูแม่พิมพ์บนถนนสายเก่าภายในร้านพัชรีนั่งอยู่ที่มุมประจำโต๊ะไม้ที่เธอใช้วางสมุดจดแก้วชาร้อนวางอยู่ข้างๆเสียงหัวเราะของแม่บ้านในร้านยังดังเหมือนเดิมกลิ่นข้าวสวยกลิ่นน้ำปลาหวานลอยคลุ้งในอากาศเหมือนวันแรกที่ร้านนี้เปิดเธออายุ72 ปีแล้วผมงอกเกือบหมดเดินช้าลงแต่รอยยิ้มยังเหมือนเดิมยังคงเรียกทุกคนว่าลูกยังคงฟังโดยไม่ตัดสินยังคงเช็ดตัวเองในทุกเช้าพิมพ์ลูกชายของเธอวันนี้เป็นอธิบดีกรมแพทย์ชุมชนเขานำโมเดลศูนย์สุขภาพของแม่ไปปรับใช้ทั่วประเทศลดอัตราการเสียชีวิตของแม่และเด็กในพื้นที่เสี่ยงนับพันชีวิตรอดมาได้แต่ไม่ว่าเขาจะเดินทางไปกี่ประเทศพูดในเวทีใหญ่แค่ไหนทุกครั้งที่กลับมาเขายังคงนั่งลงข้างแม่จับมือเธอและพูดว่าหมอพิมพ์ยังต้องการแม่เหมือนเดิมนะครับในเย็นวันหนึ่งพัชรีนั่งอยู่หลังร้านเธอหยิบสมุดบันทึกเล่มเดิมที่เคยเขียนไว้เมื่อหลาย10 ปีก่อนเปิดไปยังหน้าสุดท้ายเขียนด้วยลายมือช้าๆแม้มือจะสั่นฉันเกิดมาโดยไม่มีใครจำเคยคลอดลูกในห้องเช่าเก่าเคยเดินร้องให้ข้างถังขยะแต่ฉันไม่เคยยอมให้ลูกตายวันนี้ฉันตายไปได้อย่างสงบเพราะรู้ว่าชีวิตของลูกจะไม่จมหายไปในเงามืดอีกต่อไปเพราะลูกคือแสงและฉันคือแม่เช้าวันต่อมาพัชรีหลับไปอย่างสงบในเก้าอี้ไม้หลังร้านพิมพ์เป็นคนพบเธอมือของเธอยังกุมสมุดเล่มเดิมไว้แน่นใบหน้ามีรอยยิ้มบางๆงานศพของพัชรีจัดขึ้นอย่างเรียบง่ายไม่มีดอกไม้ราคาแพงไม่มีผู้ว่าราชการหรือสื่อมวลชน แต่มีผู้หญิงมากมายแม่เลี้ยงเดี่ยวเด็กสาวที่เคยหลงทางทารกที่โตเป็นผู้ใหญ่ทุกคนมาด้วยหัวใจพวกเขารวมตัวกันวางช่อดอกไม้ป่าหน้ารูปถ่ายของเธอพูดชื่อแม่พัชรีด้วยเสียงสั่นและคำสั้นๆที่เธอเคยพูดกับทุกคนเสมอแม่อยู่ตรงนี้นะลูกไม่เป็นไรแล้วหลังจากพิธีพิมพ์เปิดศูนย์สุขภาพแห่งใหม่ที่ใหญ่กว่าเดิมทันสมัยกว่าเดิมแต่หน้าประตูยังมีป้ายไม้เล็กๆที่เขาเขียนเองด้วยมือว่าแม่ในเงามืดผู้เปลี่ยนความมืดให้กลายเป็นแสงด้วยหัวใจดวงเดียวทุกครั้งที่เขารักษาแม่ไว้ใส่อุ้มเด็กแรกเกิดให้คำปรึกษาแก่ผู้หญิงที่ไร้บ้านเขาจะนึกถึงมือของแม่มือที่เปื้อนเลือดแต่ไม่เคยปล่อยเขาไว้กลางความมืดเลยสักครั้งและโลกนี้แม้จะเปลี่ยนไปแค่ไหนแต่ความรักของแม่คนนั้นยังคงสว่างอยู่ในใจของผู้คนอีกหลายพันคนที่ได้รับแสงจากแม่ในเงามืดและไม่เคยลืมว่าเธอคือนักเปลี่ยนแปลงที่ยิ่งใหญ่ที่สุดในครัวเล็กๆหลังชุมชนอันเงียบงันจบบริบูรณ์